Let's see what happens.
Welcome in, everybody.
Hi,
it's time
Aggro.
for
You look great
one of
today.
our biggest update shows in a while, honestly. It's the Odyssey Underworld update show. I'm Aggro. I'll be your host throughout it.
hoping.
And trust me, you guys better be strapped in,
hoping.
especially when we get to the skin segment a little bit later on. We've got memes. We've got six skins. We've got a new battle pass, all to show you guys. It's going to be an awesome show,
right.
so make sure you stay tuned. But, of course, we've also got Project Olympus updates and some item and god balance. We're going to kick it off with that right now. Let's throw it over to Hindu Man, and he can take care of it.
Ooh, right into it, huh? Okay.
Do indeed have a lot of updates today. There we go, Mike. Cool. Yeah, we do indeed have a lot of stuff to go through today. And, of course, joining me to do that is the one and only Pompon.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today.
I'm
good.
now.
I'm excited about all the stuff we're
Doing great.
I'm going to start things off with Project Olympus, first of all, with Olympus and bug fixes too. First of all, General fixed a soft lock that would sometimes occur at the commendation screen, as well as fix an issue
Thank
where
the
a warning
Lord.
pop-up would appear upon a death on console.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
the
one of those
Lord.
things that was happening that we
God,
had a
so
lot of time trying to
annoying.
figure out repros for. I believe we have it fixed now.
What did it say? Did it just say you are dead?
It was various iterations of like kind of garbled text as well as like notifications about like input stuff.
It would have been better if it just said you are dead.
Good.
Click respawn. Words up. Spirit
Those are good
Guide
changes.
RTO fixes as well. Spirit Guide skin Fox form has had modeling, rigging, and animation adjustments made to this. Fix its jaw and hind legs.
was so
Wording.
ugly.
Sorry, that's just the word. No,
Yes.
animation adjustments made to fix its jaw and hind legs. People complained about it.
Yeah, so this was actually kind of a unique technical issue. When we have our animations made, they're made in a separate program, and then they're imported over to the engine. And generally that's fine, and that works great. But for some reason, the skin, it wasn't working correctly. So there were some things that were just kind of broken, some things that weren't playing. Like, for example, her ears were often very stiff in all the animations, and so they weren't doing effects. Or they weren't doing kind of like when she turns the head, it kind of wobbles. So all that should be fixed now. They had to go in and do some stuff to actually make it properly translate over to the engine, but that should be good now.
And next up, new added feature, streamer mode. Now
Yeah.
with this feature, you're going to have the ability to hide others. You will not able to see other players' usernames in any way. We can hide yourself. Other players will not be able to see your username in any way. And hide both. It does both those things. See, I should say it on there. No, it didn't. But does both. So this is a new
We
streamer
did
mode
it.
that's just
Yes.
going to allow the streamers a bit more
We did it.
interactivity or lack of interactivity.
It
if they want.
only
That's
took
it.
Yeah, so
9
this is really the
months.
kind of the streamer tool to like make sure that if someone is potentially harassing you on
It
stream,
only
you can make
took
sure that like you
9
hide yourself or hide others so
months.
that they don't get that name recognition when it pops up on their screen. This is just something that's pretty standard in a lot of games now. We want to bring that in to make sure that our streamers have
We
the option.
finally
Then you
did
can't
it.
roast them for being bad. That's the only issue with that. That's why you let that
Huge,
happen
huge
as well.
Incon
Okay, we're going to go
buff.
to a very quick break, and after
Massive
the
buff.
break, we'll be back with more about the Project Olympus updates.
Wait, why are we taking a break? Didn't we just start? Well, thank God for streamer mode. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Here you go. Here's your entertainment. You're welcome. Incon here to bring you back down from the patch note, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, find that special someone on the dance floor. Grab their waist, give it a little flick of the wrist, and let's get together. All right. Literally nothing. Literally nothing, Sasquatchy. Genuinely nothing. It's a me. It's a me. It does nothing. How many floors are in this elevator? There's a lot of floors in this elevator.
Apologies for the technical difficulties
Welcome
there and a
back.
little bit of a delay. It was decided upon that I couldn't hear anymore, so I wanted to actually hear things. That's what
Okay.
it was. And now Pon's going to join me to go back over again
Is it just
some of
me
the
or did the
update
quality
notes. First of
just
all, we
drop?
talked about a couple of bug fixes towards RTO, but also we mentioned New streamer mode, we're just going to recover that again for those that may have missed it.
Anyway,
the new streamer
whatever.
mode is going to have the
I
ability
think they
for you
dropped
to
the quality.
hide
I don't think
other
they have
players in your
1080
games
yet.
while you're streaming, or even yourself when you're in these games, so that players can't really get the extra promotion of trying to grief potentially.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like is really useful in a lot of other games, and so we're bringing it to Smite to make sure that
Let's
our
see how it
streamer
goes.
community
It's better than
has that
nothing.
option available to them.
I'll
There
take
you go,
anything.
streamers out there. September, remember on Twitch. So make sure you
September,
get
that's a great
good
idea.
use of
I'll
that
take any.
too.
I'll take anything
Escape
from hi-rez to
Start
help streamers.
options
So,
menu is
I'll
the
take
first
anything.
thing up. Added a redeem code button here for easier location. That's great. I was always going to say it's a long way to try and
Escape
find that
start.
redeem an option. I tell you that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the gear icon
There
in the
you go.
bottom right now takes you to this screen instead of directly to the settings
Good.
menu as well.
Yep.
So there's a bit more interactivity, a bit more easy access.
Yep, exactly that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Settings
promotions
screen as
page
well
was
as the
so
next
hard
one
to
up here.
find.
Now this is a small thing. Updated this menu to have a new UI art and layout. Includes a new feature where PC players can continue to use drop-down menus by clicking any setting. We also fixed issues where settings didn't properly save across platforms, and also fixed issues where settings would be reset on new patches. Hey,
Yeah, a
good
lot
stuff.
of really cool stuff.
Hey!
So over the course of Science history, right, we've had that
Hey!
setting screen. We've added a whole bunch of
No-
options here
no
and there.
more
We've now
sensitivity
just brought it all together
resets?
under a single unified art scheme. You still have all the features that you would want as a PC player. You can click the button, get the drop-down menu.
Is it
and we
finally
fixed
here?
The ever-present issue of your settings fixed or changing in between patches.
So they should always save from now on. We don't have
No
to worry
more.
about
No
that.
more
Yep.
resetting.
Awesome.
It's a lie.
Okay,
They didn't.
Next
fix
up, there's
it.
also
We'll
another new
find out, I
screen as
guess.
well. The What's New screen. A new welcome screen has been added that will show gameplay changes, events, and
Okay.
content that's new in the game from the most recent update notes. This includes a link to the patch notes.
Oh,
Shouldn't that say
beautiful.
update notes? You know, update show
Patch
notes.
update
Oh
notes.
my
They changed
God.
it to update notes and
Finally.
those
Update
patch notes.
notes.
Now. See, that's what I'm saying.
It is update
Finally.
notes.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to get unified across the world. So this is what we're going to see
Yeah,
on the
that's a
landing
great
page, a little bit more, on the welcome
Yep.
screen.
That's
Covers
a
all
great
the
change.
events that are coming into the game, any new content, as well as gives you any highlights of the patch notes or the update notes.
Perfect.
And a
there
link
we
directly
go.
to them.
To be fair, I always say
God,
patch
these
notes. It's
things
how
are
we
all
offer it the
like,
time.
you
I still
know,
call them
several
patch notes.
years
So speaking
late,
of
but
patch
at
notes, that's what
least
we're
we're
here for
getting
the
there.
majority of today anyway. At least I am. Let's go through some of those now. And we're going to start things off with a bit of love for, well, I'm going to say junglers, I guess, is this, right?
Yeah, a lot of assassin players, maybe some hunters.
Heartseeker is getting a redesign. And here's a little look.
Heartseeker is
should we
getting
show it?
redesigned
Yeah, why
again?
not?
Let's show it.
We'll show
Oh,
it. 2,900 gold is how much it's going to cost.
Okay.
It's going to be 75 physical power, 10 penetration,
All right.
200 mana,
That's a
and
lot of
20
stats.
MP5. I like
Yeah,
those
it's a
stats
lot
so
of
far.
stats.
Yeah, and then new passive. Your abilities deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 6% maximum health damage at 400 physical power. And also note this passive works similarly to Soul Reaver. This effect can trigger only one
Okay, at
time
least
per
that's good.
ability per god.
Wait.
And it does not, however, have Soul Reaver's decreased damage and subsequent
Oh.
triggers.
Yeah, so there's a lot to go over there.
Yeah, let's
but
go for it.
the core kind of identity of this item is we talked about on the Dev Insight show where we wanted to give junglers a way to. They've always been kind of early game dominant, but then they fall
That's
off,
a
and that's
lot
not
of
necessarily all junglers'
damage.
identities. And so we want to give them an option to actually scale into the late game better. And so we wanted to bring
Okay.
an item that filled that goal. And so that's what Heartseeker is.
Right.
We figured that that's one of the things that they kind of struggle in. If you're going to pure
Go
power
Chiron,
build,
it's your
you feel like
birthday.
you
Yeah, I
can't
know,
really
right?
bring down targets as quickly as potentially other hunters or burst mages
Oh,
could.
man.
And also,
God,
so
mages
often
got
the
to be
best junglers are
played
ones
for,
that
like-
either had super crazy early game
like
or
a
could
whole
build kind of
patch.
tanky into the late game
A
and kind of
whole
act as a
patch
frontline
they got to
bruiser.
be played.
We want to give players the option to build Heartseeker, and if they're dumping a whole bunch of physical power, get a whole bunch of damage with their abilities.
So realistically, on paper, we're looking at like squishy targets aren't necessarily going to change much in terms of how quickly they're going to die to assassins, but healthier targets as the game goes on will
6%.
feel more of an impact.
Yep.
Okay, well, look forward to seeing Heartseeker in games and see how that one
Even
works
if we
out.
just assume
Next up
3
is
abilities, that's
Magi's Cloak as well.
18%.
Just so you know, this is a small update. This item has had a new visual effect.
If you have 400
and guess
physical
what? We
power,
can
but
have a little look in game at those
still.
new effects in a moment's time as well to see how they'll look. Is this just for a bit more clarity of what's going on with the item?
Yeah, it's one of the older effects in the game. It's been there for a very long time.
Yes,
We
it
just want to
has.
bring an update to it to kind of give it some extra kind
Plus,
of
of course, the
fidelity.
item itself does give
I'll
pen and power.
Go
Yeah,
in game
exactly.
momentarily, and we'll give you a little look at that before we move on to the gods. And here's a little look at that
It's
Magi
expensive,
Cloak.
though,
So pretty.
2,900.
It's
Yeah,
a nice.
trans
It
plus
looks like we're in a
Heartseeker.
bubble now, which is fine. But it's definitely a little bit more translucent than the old one.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it is a little
The
bit.
other one was a little bit
All right,
cloudy.
I'm
you
down
know?
for that.
Yeah, kind of like dirty.
Cool by me.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Clean
So
bubble,
that's
yeah.
a lot
Clean
clearer
bubble.
as well. And there's a little look what
Good
it
effect
says.
update.
She will
The
protect
art
you.
team in
She will
Smite always
protect you.
kills
What
it,
is
let's
this?
be honest with
Is this?
ourselves.
Are we going German or French now?
Oh.
Is Magi's
That's
Cloak a she? Is that what
seems
you're
like
telling me?
Seems like a weird typo issue.
Okay, yeah.
I'll have to talk to Clumsy.
Classic hi-rez. Classic hi-rez. Can't even do a
Update
description.
effects, tooltip changes.
Okay, well, wait for the
Do what we
next
can.
update show, boys and girls, and hopefully we'll get that text adjusted for you there. But that's it for items this week. So just Magi's Cloak and Heartseeker.
So just
Heartseeker redesign Magi's Cloak with an
only
FX.
Heartseeker in terms of item change.
Is things okay? Is that why? Were you looking at other things?
I mean,
We've
that
done
too
a
is a
lot of
big
item
change.
adjustments. We
Yeah.
brought the
So,
R30
like-
items into mid-season, and so we're just kind of letting it sit,
Right.
seeing how items kind of play with each other. I think in most cases, people kind of figured out the power
God, I
level of the R30
can't
items, so maybe
wait
we'll have
to
some
get
adjustments in the
Ullred. with
future.
that. I can't wait.
For now,
I
we're just
genuinely
focusing
can't
on
wait for Ullred
really
combo to do
jungle
more damage.
ability to carry
That's
into the
all
late
I've
It's a good point,
ever
'cause you did
wanted
adjust some of
is
those,
more
offering items
damage
as
from
well
Ullred
last
combo.
patch. So give it a bit more time, boys and girls.
I prayed
On to
every
gods
day.
then for the next bit, and we're going to start things off. The B-Man himself, Incon, who's been quite potent. He's going to get a couple of adjustments this patch, and we'll see how these go. Bees, this ability no longer triggers any item effects. Oh, that's a big one. Pop.
Yeah,
my
that is a
goodness.
pretty big change. It's also somewhat consistent with other characters having that
I feel
kind of
like
same text.
AMC just
Dodgy,
keeps
for
getting
example,
slapped,
trigger item
dude.
effects. And this made
He just
Amus and Cobb,
keeps getting
especially at like
slapped.
very key points in the game, you could get a Mage's Blessing and really push the wave.
Yeah.
You get Crusher and get a whole bunch of harassment damage. And now in the late game, you could have gotten Heartseeker, and that would be even more damage on top of that.
Yeah, it
it's
would.
one of those things that's really pushing AMC to be too good in too many
That's like a
different roles,
massive
and
nerf.
it's really easy to flex
Like a
on those
really,
item builds. And so
really
we want to make
big
sure that
nerf.
he has his points of
It
weakness.
doesn't
He
seem
can't
that
just
crazy,
itemize
but
out
it
all
is.
of
That's
That's fair. I mean, to be
He
fair,
has
the
been
abilities will still deal damage and
slapped
apply
a lot.
effects. It's just the bees afterwards won't continue those effects or
Correct.
apply them if they weren't on in the first place. And also, Stinger is
So.
getting adjusted here as well. We're decreasing the damage of this ability. It was 275 to 595.
They're really
It's now gonna be
hitting the bee,
255
man.
to
They're just slapping him.
575. So just a bit of a
Bam,
trimming
bam,
at both ends
bam,
of that,
bam,
as well as decrease the
bam.
physical power scaling from 110% to
Bam,
100%.
bam,
It was a very
bam,
potent ultimate
bam.
level 5.
Yeah, it made it.
They're just
he was
slapping
very
them all
difficult to
across
gank
the
because of
map
this. If you try
right
to gank
now,
him, he
dude.
just turn you, sting you, burst you with the
Oh,
2,
they-
and be done.
Yep.
We want to give players.
They're
a bit
just
more
knocking
opportunity
them
to play
down
against him.
tiers.
We've just seen AMC consistently over the last few patches really, really perform well.
I haven't
And so
seen an
this is our
AMC in my
attempt to make
games
sure
in
that he
forever.
has those weak
And
points.
now I
You can
definitely
fight
won't.
against him reasonably. He'll still be good, right? Like that's still going
Sure.
to chunk you.
Yes.
But it's not going to be as good as it was before.
So-
Definitely, if you look at it from just 275 to 255, 20 damage off the top end, scaling down a little bit when the early game that's going to matter too
Alright
much.
then, dude.
Amaterasu, next one up,
Woo!
however, though. Heavenly Reflection, increased base damage from 50 to
Oh,
210, will now be
okay.
70 to 210. So
That's
an
a
early game
pretty
focus
big
change
increase
there.
early.
As well as increase the full charge damage as well. It was 100 to 420, is now going to be 140
That's
to 420.
another
Probably
huge
put the
early
420
change.
at the end there.
Her early
and
game
then
lane clears were
Glorious
like
Charge
crazy.
2, this ability no longer roots Amaterasu during its pre-fight.
Ah, like Huiz.
That's interesting. Why have we changed that one?
So that one's more just a
Those are-
quality of life feels for the
yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
There was often some confusion about when your ability was actually going off and when it was doing its effects, and part of that was the root kind of happened at a
Those are
different
good
time from all
changes
the
for
additional
AMA.
things.
Yeah.
Just having that fluid movement is
Those
is
are good changes.
going to make
It's going to help
feel
her
more
early
fluid.
game a lot,
Okay,
which is
what's
where
the
she
reasons for the
struggles.
Amaterasu you love anyway,
So.
then, Maloney? We feeling she's not a bit under the weather?
Her late
basically,
game's
or-
crazy.
We did a
good
few
because of her team
adjustments
bypass.
last patch with her, or not last patch, but a few patches ago with her ultimate, really trying to bring out some boxing potential in lane. And when we made that change, we saw her move up a little bit, but not nearly as much as we expected. And she has been on the lower end for some time. We want to give her a bit more
AMA's
direct
popping
power that she
back
can use
up.
more reliably
Yeah.
than just on her ultimate. So this will increase her wave clear pretty well. This will increase her boxing potential when she's just fighting someone
Especially
one-on-one.
with Frenzy back in
this
the
should
meta.
give Amados
AMA
actual
passive
good
plus
lane
her
tools.
1 plus
That's
Frenzy
Amaterasu.
being in the
Move on
meta.
then to another god.
Fire Giant
Long
dead
Shen,
in
who's
like
seen a
4
lot of play
seconds.
As of late, he's going to be taking a bit of a nerf this patch.
She better.
It's up to you to describe how
Oh!
this is. Remove the haste effect from 72 transformations in the Mink form.
B.
And the turtle base damage decreased. It was 75 to 275. It's now going to be 65 to 235 as well. So just focus on the transformations there, but the haste is a big impact.
Yeah, this is one of those things that allowed him to
Finally.
do what he was doing really successfully, which was just chase down targets super
Yes.
early. His
Thank
passive as
you.
well as his, I believe his 1,
Yeah.
gave him a lot of base damage, just really chase down targets. And then haste means that no one can get away from you, especially in the early game. We've done a lot of adjustments to try and bring
Delicious.
Erlang Chen more into line, but none of them really have worked because this core component still exists. We've talked about haste a lot on the show over a lot of patches.
It's OP.
Haste is just a really strong effect. If
Really
you still like that
strong.
playstyle,
Go
though,
Katana?
you do have Katana still. So you definitely can still do it.
Every Erlang player is raging now. Going, I don't
Every
want to buy
single
Katana. I didn't need to buy Katana before. I mean, some did, but they don't have to.
But it puts it online at a more healthy point where players have movement
Good.
speed and potential.
That's
counters
actually a
to
huge
Erlang
nerf,
Chen diving
finally.
you. This should bring him just.
I mean, they
overall
took away
more line,
everybody
and then
else's
also decrease
haste,
the
you
base
know?
damage on
There's
turtle.
no reason
Turtle,
for him
yeah.
to keep his.
And that's just to make sure that he doesn't have
So.
too much burst damage up front.
Gotcha,
Good.
because instead of using the Mink, then you just go
Yeah,
turtle.
blink turtle knock up
Yeah.
into a whole bunch of auto attacks.
Definitely problems there. After Erlang, we'll move along to Fafnir next on the list. Endless Greed, the passive on Fafnir is going to get an adjustment here. Increase maximum bonus protections from 20 to 25, and also Draconic Corruption. Fafnir now heals for 200 mana when he finishes his transformation. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's just neat.
That's OP. I like that because like sometimes you'll use all your abilities
is good.
completely out of mana as
That's
Fafnir,
nice.
and then you retransform back. You've got your abilities back up.
It's a nice change.
Yep. And so there might be a few people also wondering, like, oh, 20 to 25. I thought it was 30.
Yeah.
At some point, and we couldn't really find great documentation for this, it changed from 30 to 20.
Oh, that was me.
And so there's a lot of people who probably think that it's 30. Yeah. It's 20. We're bringing it up to 25. And then also, yeah, the Draconic Corruption. You can be just enough mana to cast your ultimate, and then actually once you get into Dragon form, you'll have some mana to do something no matter what now.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that was me. I was sick of seeing Fafnir in the games once upon a time, and I just thought a baby nerf would be good.
Just find the DB.
Nobody needs to know about it, you know? Like, I just clicked a button, and that's what happened.
Nobody
needs
to know about
it. But now it's back to where it is at 25 now. Isis also on the list for a bit of a nerf this patch.
That's a nerf.
She's been pretty potent as of late after her changes.
Yeah, that shield was a little strong.
Decrease the shield health. It was
still going to be a little strong.
250. It's now going to be 70 to 210.
No need.
So stage and change at all levels there. And also decrease the slow amount. Was 30%, going to go down to 20% as well. Isis is very potent right now.
Yeah, we gave her a lot in the mid-season update for like just overall survivability, damage, confirmability.
Those are fair nerfs. She's still going to be very good.
High.
Those are good
The
nerfs.
shield was giving her too much effectiveness for not only herself but her team. So we're just bringing that down, also bringing down the slow so that players have a bit more opportunity to like run out of maybe the ultimate or try and juke the Spirit Ball stun.
Yeah.
Just overall bringing down her power level.
Yeah, I think as well with the silence, the Dispel Magic being available to be a bit more ranged as well, it made it a lot easier to confirm this damage. I mean, she needs to come back a little bit. Oleron's next on the list here. General change from here is going to increase his base power. It was 35, it's now going to be 40, so a little bit more power there. And Overflowing Divinity, increase the base damage of this ability. It was 35 to 95 to 40 to 100. Got to put out for a little bit now.
Yes.
People are still working him out as time goes on.
He does need the buff.
Play, but we feel like he needs a bit more love.
Yeah, so it's cool just in general that we released a god and he wasn't super OP, but he was seeing a lot of play. But he also was released at a kind of time where we're doing a lot of Mage EDC adjustments, ring adjustments, and so those have also impacted his balance point. We want to bring up his ability to box in the early lane stage and also scale
early game
better in the
sucks.
early game boxing fights.
Yeah.
And so
they
this
are
is really
reworking past that at some point. I promise.
From where he was doing,
I have the
considered a little
inside
weak,
scoop.
as well as deal with the adjustments that we made to
I
all
promise.
the rings.
They're doing more than like a buff though. They're like
Is the next
reworking
one on
at
the list.
least one
How's
ability for
Persephone
her.
doing?
Interesting.
Before we get into her,
She is just an interesting character.
Yeah,
she
she
has
is.
just
She's
a lot
annoying.
of
The word's annoying.
A lot of plants, a lot of people figuring out what to do with all those plants, a lot of people figuring out how to fight against all those plants. It's really fun to watch the Reddit threads being like, I don't know how to fight against her garden. And so it's like, just move somewhere else. She doesn't have a garden there, and then she can't do anything. And so watching people play with that and trying to figure out counters has been really fun. She's just kind of a hard character, though, so we're largely focused on this patch, bringing in a whole bunch of quality of life adjustments, making feedback better, so that we can give players more opportunity to learn how to play against her and as her, and then we'll look for future patches for a balance change.
Gotcha. So do these adjustments first and then see how she falls afterwards.
Yep, and it's possible you might see some more get added onto the PTS, depending on what makes it into this patch versus what might be pushed to next patch.
Okay, well, General fix an issue where her death animation displaying a skeleton at a time it wasn't intended, first of all, so he's going to show that a little bit better. Pomegranate Seeds added a more clear description to this ability, specifying how it can be cancelled.
Yeah, so you need a right-click or use your cancel button when you are in the state where you're being risen.
Gotcha. I definitely had that issue. Fix the issues where Kali, Scylla, Achilles, Chiron, and Thanatos were not properly getting their rewards for killing a god if this passive was used.
Yep.
All of these gods should now get the bonuses upon killing Persephone before she has the option to continue fighting with her passive.
Yes.
Persephone will now retain her health bar when entering this state, so players can easily keep track of it. I had that issue.
It's amazing how much the health bar really helps you keep track of people. You think like, oh, the big giant model that stands out against the background would be it, but no, that health bar is something that you pay a lot of attention to.
Exactly.
It missing made it so she kind of just faded into the background.
Yeah, it looked like a ghost more than anything else. And getting killed by a ghost. I mean, you
kind of liked her being a ghost, to be honest.
Understanding that harvest
adjusted
the plant's material to make it distinguishing friendly and enemy harvest plants more clear. Hooray! I know whose plants have been planted now. Grasp of Death as well, fixing an issue where enemies would sometimes not be affected by the bind CC, even when hit by it. And also fix an issue where sometimes the bind CC could not be cleansed.
Yep. There are some issues just with the bind CC in general, and so that has been largely resolved this patch.
We just wanted to show the hot button issues here in the show. So that's main focus here. There may be more changes, as Pom Pom was alluding to as well. Keep an eye on the PTS for that. Sun Wukong,
My goodness.
next on the list as we move on. Sun Wukong, I've not seen that name in a while.
This one's a cool. I like
Sun
this one.
Release.
a lot.
Wukong. This effect
change
now
is really
persists
cool.
for 10
Undefeated
seconds
body,
after
the passive.
gaining health.
This effect now persists for 10 seconds after gaining health above the threshold. Oh, so you can regain health and still get the passive?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
this is just useful for someone hits you below that
Interesting.
threshold,
Yeah.
you get a little bit of health back, you can still fight with it for a little bit. And also the ultimate had weird anti-synergy.
Yeah.
You could be low, you ult to heal up, and then suddenly you
lose
just
your
lose that passive benefit. So now
Okay.
you can get low,
The passive
ult, heal
kinda
up some,
stays
and then
on
dive
you
right
even
back
when you
in.
get a
Which makes
little
10
bit
seconds of this ability. That's good. I
back
like that.
up.
This actually
That's
makes it
different.
more of a passive, to be fair.
I like
Masters
that.
will increase the base damage from 90 to 290. Is now going to be 90 to 310. So just a little bit of a touch top end there.
Yeah, and this is really for the mid-late game
Masters
stages,
will.
not so much as
Okay,
early
it's
late
just
game,
two.
because he does have that bonus damage on the
That's
one.
not
It's good.
super
He has really
relevant.
good poke, and now with this passive, we
Okay.
expect him to have better trading as well.
I mean, it's
so we're just
fine.
bringing up his late game potential.
Buffs are
After
buffs are
Sun
buffs,
Wukong,
so.
next up is going to be Sylvanas. And Sylvanas is going to have an adjustment to his Wisps cooldown reduction. It's going to
2
go down
seconds
from
is a lot of
18 seconds
cooldown.
to 16 seconds. Just going to heal a little bit
So.
more often now. But not only that, Nature's Grasp as well. His pull decreased cooldown. It was 20 to 16 seconds. 20 seconds is forever, especially when
Yeah,
you don't put
it's
points
really
into it.
hard to hit, too.
Two
It's
more
not the
seconds.
usability,
Two
but
two
it's now gonna
seconds
be
is
18
significant.
to
You know?
14 seconds. So
That's
2
good.
seconds
That's good
off at
time off
every
a
single
cooldown.
level
2
there.
seconds.
Obviously, you max it out first. It's a 14-second
So.
cooldown reduction, sure. But if you're going to max that, you're not going to have heals or your root.
Off a couple
It's
of
a one-point
abilities.
wonder. You know, it's something
you-
that later on as the game goes, it's fine to have it all.
Yeah, you get it early, and if you don't think that you're going to get much benefit out of like maybe the root damage, you might be able to get this lower where you're setting up for your teammates, but you definitely generally want to get the wisp first.
Even if you're a good player, I don't even think you max that ability. You like,
Yeah.
or even second.
But this will
I
also
think
help
it's
you in
very
general.
realistic. Yeah, for sure. Morrigan, after that, is also
Okay.
going to get a change this week to Changeling. Decreased cooldown on this. It was 160 to 80 seconds. It's now going to be 140 to 80 seconds. So clearly
That's a pretty
front-loaded,
nice
an early game focus
buff
for Morrigan.
for-
Yeah,
her.
this is like one of her highlight features of her kit, and especially early on,
Okay.
you had very limited access to
I
it.
wonder if that's kind of a
It's already kind of
counteraction
set some
to the
self-balancing
boom
where the
buzz
fact that
getting
the person you're
nerfed,
changing
so
into
it
also
kind
is
of hurt
limited by their
Morrigan a
levels as
little.
well.
Yeah.
It was just really severe early on. And we also just want to reiterate with the note on like the cooldown adjustments, it will still copy the cooldown of whatever ultimate you use. So if you turn
Right.
into someone that has maybe a global ultimate and your cooldown is 80 seconds, it'll still inherit that global cooldown ultimate.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Good to know for you Morrigan fans or players out there. And last but not least, on this week's balance section of the show, it will be the Zhonghui. We're in the Z's already.
He's
Demon
nerfed.
Bag increased max
Yup.
souls. It was 40, is going up to 60.
Nerf him.
We've decreased the magical physical protections per stack from 0.8 to 0.5. So the maximum protection decreased from 32 to 30. So
Yes.
overall, Zhong is going to lose 2 protections off this stack, and it's going to take a little bit longer to get those stacks. Remember, those stacks can be taken just by being around the minions that are dying, enemy and friendly alike. And expose
They just ran
evil
through so much
increased
text.
cooldown of this ability. It was 10 seconds, pretty low. It's going to go up a little bit to 12 seconds. He's been pretty potent lately.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been really just strong in general,
So,
especially in the solo lane.
Extra stacks
extra
in the
protections
bag.
make him
The
very
bags
difficult to fight,
provide
and the window
2
of
less
opportunity to actually gank
protections,
him
so it
is
takes
very
longer to
limited,
get
so this will
them.
expand that window.
And then
and Expose Evil is one of those abilities that goes on cooldown immediately, so you could card someone with some CDR.
Expose
By the time
Evil.
it fades off, you get to card very quickly again. It's
Higher
also
cooldown. That's
his
what all that
largely
meant.
setup tool for the extra damage or the extra stun duration.
Yep.
And so this being on long cooldown will give him a bit more counterplay option.
Completely understand that. And that is it for the balance section for this week. New item on the PTS. Make sure you check it out with Heartseeker, see what you think about that, and give us our feedback. And as well as that, Persephone updates towards her, organization and UI to help you better read her. With that, though, it's enough from me and Pom for the time being. Let's get it back over to Ryan to talk about some of the Battle Pass updates.
Battle Pass updates. All right. So those changes weren't that big. I feel like aggro got me all hyped for like a bunch of changes. Okay, Pirate Artemis, Pirate Surcat, Pirate Neath again, Pirate Shanga. All right.
That's right. It's time to go over the brand new Battle Pass. It's Pirate Queens. And to do that, joining me here on the set,
Okay.
we've got Tina, we've got Tori, and we've got Chris. Tina, this one, well, really, all of you guys. Well, Tori, I don't know if you got the memo as much as everyone else did, but you and I are like the non-pirate themed people.
Well, I got a little bit.
Oh, you got the earring. Oh, excuse me. Okay,
Sorry.
excuse me. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
All right.
I am the only non-pirate
Well,
themed person here on the set.
into some skins.
Everyone else came much more prepared than I did, and I don't blame you. This is so exciting. Like I'm pumped to go through all these. Let's start at the very top with Dread Captain Artemis. Seems like she's kind of the leader. I mean, she's the dread captain, right?
Not necessarily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chang'a's the leader. She's the main admiral on the ship. Artemis is just a captain who like is kind of her rival, who has like an evil, ghostly ship that she captains.
They're never friendly ghostly
little-
ships, you know?
No,
I've
they're not
noticed
Caspers.
Okay.
She could be friendly. We don't know.
I mean,
Does she look very friendly to you, Chris?
I don't know. She
Fair.
looks really cold and icy to me.
No, I'd be friends with her.
You'd be?
Yeah, why not?
That's a cool
Maybe we
trap.
can exchange.
But she's not like
clothes
friendly.
and
You know what I
jewelry.
mean?
Yeah.
That's a cool trap, but that trap
Oh,
is
that's
so
awesome.
easy
What
to
are those
see.
called
You're
on
never
the
going to
ships?
want to use
I
this.
should
Davy
know.
Jones's
brig?
locker.
That's so easy
Yeah,
to
you kinda
see
send 'em
compared
to
to
the
other
brig, I
Artemis
suppose.
Or I
traps.
guess that's the brig in that case.
Yeah, that when they die, they go to Davy Jones' locker.
It's like cool spell of that.
I should have
Oh.
some pirate research coming into this. I realize now. Probably
Well-
too late.
Yeah, usually, well, I guess they don't die when they stand on the brig. You're right.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do,
If
yeah.
you've got your trusty first mate,
Tusky. It's a pop-
trusty
Yeah.
pirate dog.
Does he have
It's
pants?
a
No, wait,
skeleton.
whoa,
It's a
whoa, whoa, whoa.
skeleton
He is a
Tusky.
boar.
Oh,
No.
he's a boar. Okay,
If
so a
Pon can
boar.
slow it down, he'll show you.
There you go.
There's no target.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
There's
you're
no
right.
target. Yeah.
Like he's a
How do you know
Hi,
he's not a
Tusky.
dog? I mean, that looks
Hi,
like.
Tusky.
It's
dog with
Maybe
tusks.
the big
He's
tusk?
Tusky. He's Tusky. Just Ghost Tusky.
Oh, okay.
Goes
Or
Tusky.
Skeletal's Tusky.
It is
Seems
Ghost
so
Tusky.
nice, but is really mean at the same time. But
And then he has a hat.
Those are cool hands that come
yeah,
up too.
exactly. That's what and you can't be mean with a hat on. Is usually
Those are
my
cool spell
general rule
effects.
of thumb, but it has led me.
I
astray
think
in
the
past.
skin
I don't wanna
itself
talk
is
about it.
pretty
I mean,
schmah.
when it comes to Artemis skins, it feels
But
like
the
a
effects
lot
are
of the
cool.
work goes into making Tusky
So.
unique. Is that your guys' experience as well from the art side?
Absolutely. Usually when we go back through animations, we have to make sure that they all work. And this one in particular, he's got this big hat that we have to accommodate for. But it turned out great, and he's adorable. He's cute.
Absolutely. That's what we're going for with Tusky most of the time anyways. I also love those grasping skeleton hands on
cool.
the trap there. That's amazing. Let's take a listen to the
All right.
voice pack here for Dread Captain Artemis.
Attack left lane. Defend. Yes, salty scallywag. Blow me down. Scourge of the seven seas. You looking to dance with the hangman? Aye, we have a poop deck. No, you can't laugh about it.
Chris.
Chris.
It's like you didn't listen to directions at all.
Chris.
Now, this, as you mentioned, Tina,
Yes.
Dread Captain Artemis is kind of the one everyone's chasing, right? Because she has the pirate treasure.
Yeah,
on the
she
ship.
has the legendary pirate treasure on her ship.
Okay.
So
keep
that's
an eye
why
on that.
Admiral Chang'e is chasing her.
And in order to do that, she needs the help of first mate Serket.
Sure.
For sure. This
There you go.
this one, super cool idea for a Serket skin. I love the chain that kind of acts as the tail. This card art looks amazing. And apparently she's a wild-mannered and notorious pirate whose temper is as wild as her hair.
Yeah,
And I gotta say, that hair's pretty wild.
that area is pretty wild.
She's not she's not chilling anytime soon. We got a quick little preview of the
May
voice
your
back for you.
rum be spiced and your compass be true, matey. Only pirates can get away with saying, yo, ho.
Sorry.
I'm not worried. You'll soon be hanging from the gallows.
Chris is losing it over here, guys.
All right.
Was that sorry to anyone in particular? Tina, or
Pirate
was that
skins
just,
don't
like,
do
to the-
anything
to the
for me.
universe,
To everybody.
or, like, where was
Which
that
part?
sorry?
The whole part or which part?
Well, you just apologize. I just wanted to know where that was
Pirate
really.
skins just
Oh
don't
no,
do
I'm
it
just
for
to the
me.
universe. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
fair enough.
Don't
yeah.
be sorry.
Plenty of flavor for this skin.
Yes,
I
plenty
would
of
say.
I
flavor.
feel like there's
Right
already
away.
been like a lot of
And
like
I mean,
pirate skins.
It works
stuff.
so well. This pirate themed Serket.
So.
The chain idea, I think it was just absolutely flawless. It must have been a ton of fun for you guys to work on in the effects team, Chris, to have this chain instead of the tail that's usually there.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really change up art play. It was more modeling, but it definitely looks really awesome, for sure.
No doubt. The
fine.
skull and crossbones for the poison. Of course, it's the perfect addition to that last breath. I love her.
I kind of
her
agree,
voice
Wumbo.
work.
I
The
I
voice
also
acting
think
here
pirate
is
skins are
exactly what I was
kind
hoping
of
for.
generic.
Yeah, her name is
boring.
Victoria Atkin, and she's done like She was like one of the main characters in Assassin's Creed, like when they were women. I forgot which one it is, but yeah, I think she did a really good job.
Absolutely.
That's like her.
The orange effects as well. Normally, Serket is like, it's a little bit less fiery almost.
you.
It's got that kind of
Next.
fiery texture to it, it
Thank
looks
you.
like.
Yeah, we decided to
Yeah.
go with like a kind of a black powder,
Yeah.
theme to her effects. I think it came out
Oh,
alright.
and bubblies.
Yeah, some bubbles as well. You know.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Oh, yeah. You can. You got a little bit of both. You got the black powder, the fire, and the bubbles. That's amazing. Let's take a listen to the
I
voice
want to
pack
see the
here
not
for
pirate
First Mate
skins.
Serket.
That's what I want to
Oh
see.
yeah, we already listened to it in the video.
Amazing. Thanks.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, First Mate Serket. We also have Sea Shanty Neath coming up. You saw a little preview of this. Now, this is a recolor of fan classic in Buccaneath. I mean, I remember when Buccaneath came out, everyone was losing their minds about how cool it is having the blunderbuss as the replacement for the bow. But it's just a new take on a favorite classic for everybody that you can get as part of this battle pass. We also have
the
the main
recolor.
character, as we've been talking about,
Goodness.
Pirate Admiral Chonga. This one is the one to watch out for sure. I saw Ponfon. Man, that card art is so sick.
Cat is cute.
And the little
Is there a T5
he's got
being
an eye
shown
patch
today?
on the cat.
Maybe.
He's holding a sword.
Does he have a name? Must.
His name is
Mr. Snugglebutt.
Mr. Whisk. Shit.
That's not his name.
No,
That's
I
not
know,
his name.
I know. It's something Mr. Whiskers. Sorry, I wrote this voice pack like a month ago.
No, that's all right. Mr. Whiskers will do. We can roll with that until Chonga
Oh,
tells
it's
us.
One-Eyed Whiskers.
Oh my god.
One-Eyed Whiskers. That's a great name
One-Eyed Whiskers.
for a pirate cat. Look at how precious he is. By the way, there's a perfect spot to
right.
shoot this
I
little
know,
Check
right?
it out.
area
That
right
was the
in
big
Gold
name.
Fury
The
den.
cat with
Beautiful
one
touch.
eye and whiskers.
I mean,
is
this
named
looks
One-Eye
like completely
Whiskers.
different. Chonga doesn't normally hold a sword.
Can't believe we didn't write that
That's
one
so
down.
It just completely
Oh, goodness.
melted my
Oh,
brain.
he fell.
How did we
You
remember?
can't be falling. Wait, you can't run with scissors. You can't run with a knife in your mouth.
This
either,
cat
right?
can.
No.
There he goes.
Bye.
He sounds much more gruff than I was expecting, but I
Yeah.
kind of
he's-
like it.
Yeah.
My man does not mess around. Wow, that is awesome. I mean, Chonga doesn't normally have a sword.
Cool.
When you
Little-
guys were told,
Or
hey,
legs.
give Chonga a sword and legs, I mean, that must have been a difficult task for the art team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we should do more with the sword because
That's
this looks dope.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a cool like dash
That is
away.
awesome.
I know Animation was stoked to see that we were finally getting some legs on Chang'e, and we were just like, what are legs for Chang'e? What do we even do with these? But Ali totally knocked it out of the park with this one.
Absolutely. The effects on this are just
Those are cool
Yeah.
effects.
so much.
Those are really cool
The
effects.
water
Oh
as
my
well.
god, the cat is so cute.
They are.
I can't-
Just walking around.
That's really
Oh,
cool too.
cannon fire.
Yeah.
I feel
Really
about this
cool.
skin the way I did about the Artemis
has,
skin,
like, all
which
the
is the
aspects
skin
that you want,
itself
you know,
does
the
nothing for me, but the
swashbuckling
effects are really
sword,
cool.
The big waves from the ocean and then the cannonballs. This is like
The Circus skin I
quintessential
thought was
pirate
boring,
skin,
and then the Neath
right?
is obviously
Yeah,
a
yeah.
recolor.
Yeah,
great.
so she's like, her story is that she's not very, like Serket, she's not such a scallywag. She's more of like this highbrow,
Proper pirate.
proper pirate type. Yeah.
Proper pirate.
Is she like a Robin Hood pirate style? You know, like doing it for the goodness of it all, or is she just?
No, she's kind of like, she still does everything for herself, but she's not evil. Like, she's not, she's like neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, she's more of a neutral character.
All right, fair enough. I can get behind that for sure. I mean, clearly a ton of different work from the normal Chonga
Fine,
model. You guys
proper.
mentioned the legs, the sword pose is very different
Proper
from how
pirate,
she normally
of
stands.
Oh, she's dancing.
Oh, she is dancing.
That back animation is awesome.
If you
I
got
see
legs,
we
use
also
them.
have a VXG
Oh, we do.
for her. Oh, that is awesome. That is so cool.
Yes.
On the barrel right there.
Is that the exact
Surging
same
forward
VXG as,
cool.
like,
to
the recent-
victory.
pretty
How do
close
you
to
not
the
get
recent Raw one,
inspired
I think.
when doing that? Oh no. Oh, no. That is not part of the VXG. I will note, but maybe it
I
should
will
be.
note.
That seems like a lot of fun. Let's take a listen to the voice pack for Pirate Admiral Chonga.
Attack! Defend! I am proud of you. Brilliant! I consider myself an honorable woman. I take it you want to be marooned on an island?
Anyone who says friends are the true treasure never had actual treasure. Here, did you hear about the new pirate?
Cat's voice back's pretty good.
It's rated R.
Cat's voice back sucks.
It's obligatory.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Cat's voice is pretty good.
I feel like One-Eyed Whisker's seen some stuff.
Pretty good voice.
Yeah.
Like he should probably go to
Seen
therapy.
some mad,
you know, like not a bad idea.
crazy stuff.
Of course, in the last battle pass we had, you had that reward for getting all the way to the prestige track finale
doing that again.
for that Hera skin. This one, Pirate Queen Chang'e, is the recolor of Pirate Admiral Chang'e. You could only get this by completing the battle pass, and that looks insane.
Actually,
I like the
cooler
the coloring
looking,
on this
I
one is
think.
really nice too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's actually cooler than the original.
It really does have that prestige feel to it. You know, she's highbrow, as you mentioned.
You have to complete the prestige part of the battle pass.
That's right. You got to get all the way. So you finish the battle pass one time, and then you say, that was so nice, I think I'd like it a second time. And then you finish it off and get that version of the Chang'e skin. That does it for the Pirate Queen Battle Pass, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on that. Of course, Hindu and Isaiah are standing by. They've got some great community and esports news.
That last skin is the prestige skin. So when you go through the battle pass,
I will say, however, the best booty is still Sobek. Don't worry, my friend.
Me booty is the best.
Isaiah
booty.
is joining me from the community team as well to break down some exciting things for the weekend, as always.
I want to see those skins
right
that are
now,
like
I wanna
advertised
remind
in
you
the
guys,
back for the pass.
This patch
You know
we
what I'm
started
saying?
our community celebration
Not
event.
these stupid pirate
You guys
skins.
can earn that Spirit Guide Ardio skin completely for free.
Okay,
I
not
took
that-
this
not that
screenshot
skin either.
yesterday.
Yeah.
You guys are getting there slowly but surely. I was going around the office and they were like, we're kind of surprised that you guys have made it this far. So we're just over halfway there on that blue progress bar for the community. So keep on playing games, keep on unlocking those rewards, and then as you play games, you'll be able to unlock all those rewards for free as well.
I'll be honest, I said to you last time we were on this, I was like, are we even going to do
Right?
that? And
You
you're
were
like,
worried,
yeah,
Hindu.
We're nearly done it in one patch. What's
Right.
going on there?
Look at those
2
cool skins
times
in the
battle points
background.
this
I wanna see
weekend,
that
though, as
stuff.
well, right?
Exactly. We
Underworld
just showed off
stuff.
that amazing Pirate Queen's Battle Pass, but that means Sweet Victory is about to be over.
Oh,
So we
no.
want to
Not
give you guys
Sweet
a chance to
Victory.
complete that prestige track like Aggro was talking about. So this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can get 2 times battle points on every game played.
Then grind. You
At
don't
least the
always need
Pirate Battle
friends, and
Pass
I
is better
actually
than
might
the
get
Sweet
text
Victory
messages as
Battle
well.
Pass. Have to party
I'll give
up.
it that.
I'm so excited about that. You always turn me down.
Sweet
All the
Victory was
time.
not my favorite
And last
battle
but not
pass.
least, before we go, we've also got another skin to show you.
Yeah,
right?
and I think the community is going to love this one. This is a super awesome Temptress Aphrodite that is coming out as a part of this year's Odyssey chest.
Oh, this is kind of like the same idea as like the Dodgy skin,
Yeah,
right?
Deadly Desire Dodgy that came out a while back. It's that succubus, and this theme fits so well with Aphrodite, right?
It does fit
Just
with
before
Afro.
hi-rez Expo is coming around the corner as well, you see
Whoa,
skins that
that's,
cosplayers
see,
are
that's a
definitely
cool
there for,
skin.
you know?
Look at
So I
that.
know a
That's
lot of people
totally
like to have
different.
the wings and things.
That's a
lot more
cool
wings here.
skin.
Yeah,
And
wings,
tails.
That's
tails,
totally
and
different.
I love the dark vibes here too.
Definitely have a little
God,
look for
I
the
hope
abilities.
nobody in this
Those
chat
relics,
is
see?
feeling
Oh, it
She
looks
pretty.
so good. And actually, like,
Horny.
it's cool because you get the pinks and reds, but it's also a little bit darker too.
Yeah, a little bit gothy,
Yeah.
right? That's
That'll be
what
it for
we're
me,
looking
ladies
for
and gentlemen.
sometimes.
I'm out. Thank you for
Oh,
being
the
here. I
vampire
appreciate
teeth,
it.
right?
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's nice.
Those fangs. Oh, it's like a chain attached for the kiss.
Right?
I only
Oh,
just saw
nice.
that
I just
too.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. So I don't play that much Afro, that's why I'm like, okay, what's in it? But we don't get the artist art section,
Right,
do we?
yeah.
They give us the section, they're like, okay, talk about it.
You know, I
Like,
get a few talking points, but yeah, definitely.
I'm not very good with words. They don't hire me for that. They hire me for stupid.
Lovebirds looking good.
They're not birds, are they? They're not lovely. They're more deadly than anything
Oh,
else.
that ultimate looks really awesome too.
Those look really good as well. Let's have a little listening to the voice
I'll
pack as
come
well
back.
to tell
I'll come
how
back.
this Temptress
Somebody
Aphrodite
probably
will sound.
missed me. Somebody did.
Attack! Defend!
Defend.
Ooh, you're so hot.
Thank you.
Sexy.
Thank you.
I'm always wanted. I can smell the innocence on you. Oh, it would be a waste to get rid of that sweet tush of yours. Why is your boss like a demon? They're always ready to fire you.
Well, I guess we'll close on that one.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm getting
right.
fired after
you
that.
guys
We'll
can't
find
see it,
out.
but Hindu is blushing a little bit.
I know, I was
back
like,
here.
ooh, okay then. Well, that's it from me and Isaiah for this week, but now it's back over to
Bye,
Ryan,
guys.
who's got a few more very fun skins to show off.
We've got a special guest too.
We do? Who?
Just wait and see.
It's Aurora. He's here
It's
on the couch
Aurora.
with us, as well as Tina
Does
and
the
AJ.
spice
It's time
skin.
to go over the HRX 2019 digital loot pack skins, and you can guess what's in it based on Aurora being here.
Yes.
But it's going to be a minute until we get to that Jormungandr skin, guys. Let's first start off with the Convention 2020 skin, which will be King Arthur.
Convention
Did you guys
2020
do this
Arthur.
for me? My favorite color is green. You shouldn't have. This
I'm a big fan of green as well.
Skins are always
man of culture, I say. Tina?
We always do this.
I know. We're on
We're
the same
always
wavelength.
like the green.
I don't want to talk them
It's
down,
color.
but the
What is
convention
best color?
skins
Our personal
historically have
biases do
been
not dictate the skin direction, but in this case, it lines up.
Oh god,
For
it looks
the
so good. It's like
for
an
the digital
emerald
loot pack,
green.
you know, we have a couple themes we play around with
is he
from
so
year to
loud?
year. There's always something esports related, which that's why we have Aurora here with us. We usually have a very prominent, just really cool looking skin, which we've already teased out, and the feedback has been super positive. Can't wait to get to that. And we also have the convention skin, and what we've done is done a little bit of a lore
Looks
twist
like
on
the
our
recolor.
convention skins.
Yeah, they're
So this one and the
usually
one we're about
not-
to show have a little bit of
they're
a
usually
tie-in
not
with some
the
of the history of the
highest,
characters. Arthur is often described as having some Celtic roots, so you see this green with his red hair, and you also have a bit of the Arthurian legend of the Green Knight being harkened back to here.
They're
in this
usually
skin.
more
That's awesome. So
recolored
Convention
than
2020
anything
King
else.
Arthur looks great. We've also got Nemean Lion Hercules. That's a skin that AJ was just talking
Now that's
about.
a skin.
If the lore's
Whoa.
not obvious here,
Yeah,
you know,
I think it is.
we put
but
it in the name.
There we go.
I was not expecting this level of Nemean Lion coming at me. I mean, I guess I should have, but also a little bit of green, I will note. But this one, very cool. This, I think of like
get him, Herc. Go
Hercules
get him.
has the Nemean Lion kind of draped over his shoulder, but already. But
That's a manly
this one,
Herc
he's
right
really
there,
dotted
dude.
it to its full.
That's a manly
effect.
Herc.
So he's
Aurora,
actually-
you'll probably be rocking this in an SPL game soon.
Yeah, it's fitting that it's in this loot
The
pack.
premier Hercules player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, although along with these other skins, you'll get this cool
I like
little,
the axe.
this
The
little
axe is
lore
cool,
focus
yeah.
package. We've seen a lot of players been asking more about some lore focus skins, and we saw this was just a great opportunity to do it.
Absolutely. All right, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Splice Jormungandr, the skin that celebrates Splice's last season's SWC victory, is finally coming into Smite.
It took a
We've
long
already seen
time.
the card art on social
It took a
media and all
long
that kind
time.
of stuff. And Aurora, I know that this is a skin, a god that you guys picked for this skin. It just seemed to fit so well, right? I mean, Splice, Snake logo, Yorm, awesome.
Yeah, we
that checks
talked about
out.
a couple gods with AJ, and we kept talking and talking. Like there was like a couple options that we had brought in, and then he's like, "You guys can do any god, you know that, right?" And we're like, "Really?" And we're like, "Oh." And then we started thinking about other gods, and then Yorm was just coming out, and he looked really, really cool. So once we saw like what Yorm actually looked like in game, because I don't think it wasn't out yet when we were talking about it, but then when we saw him, we're like, okay, we want to do a Yorm skin, and that would look really cool with the splice colors and everything. So
You nailed it. Great
Yeah.
eye for detail there. In fact, let's
It
take
makes
our
sense.
first look at it.
Why
in-game
wouldn't
right
you?
now.
You know.
Okay, we play, we win, we go get ramen, we go get ice cream. I'll make it stronger as the game goes on.
All right.
I'm getting so fat from all the feeding you guys are doing.
This
man.
voice pack.
Oh man.
Aurora, you were laughing with me a minute ago because you said that people
All right.
online were
It's
were
literally
thinking,
like
it might
just
just
a
be this
snake you
generic
snake.
voice pack. If you guys knew that the
It's just a
Splice
snaggy
dudes
snack.
wrote a lot of this voice pack, which they did, it's going to be anything but generic. You guys definitely have your own sort of theme to it.
Very true. All of the esports skins, one of the favorite parts of the whole process is getting the team involved to write the voice pack with the designers and with Tina and the voice team, and including a lot of their favorite catchphrases, their inside
Yo,
jokes.
does the Splice
the way
logo grow
they
as it goes? That's
taunt
pretty
their
cool.
opponents or
That's
rally
pretty
up their
cool.
teammates, and you're going to see a lot of that in this skin.
there's definitely a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah, for sure. About ice cream.
No doubt about that. The Splice
That's
logo.
an inside joke.
I know, but
It's
it's
ice
like
cream.
just I know
Ice
it's just
cream's
what
great.
you love.
Yeah, there's no joke
Well,
about ice cream.
I don't know. It makes perfect
Ice cream
sense to me
is
that this
serious.
giant snake loves ice cream and ramen. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that makes lore sense.
This universe is totally cohesive.
Absolutely. I love the Splice logo showing up as the pool gets closer and closer. It kind of
Oh, that's cool.
reveals.
That's really cool.
That looks amazing. I can't wait for this ultimate. I'm sure it's gonna be. Splice all over it. It just anytime I see Yorm, I'm like, just can't wait for that ult to come out. And sure enough, it's Splice Yorm.
And I will mention that there's still a little bit of work in progress here on just his ultimate form.
Sure.
The head body connection still needs a little bit more work, as does the textures on when they're all blown up to that scale. So not quite final, but
Yep. Still will be in progress, of course. Ready for release, I'm sure.
really
No
happy how
problems
the
there.
skin turned out. I was playing in the playtest the other day with one of these on my allied team, and just playing alongside it was really cool. It has a completely new animation and rigging tech in the fangs.
It looks
and his fangs
different
are actually
and cool,
attached
but yeah, the spell
to his
effects are a
jaw
little bit.
so when he opens his mouth wider, the fangs actually
Lackluster.
outstretch more.
That
So
is
he
really
looks like
fair,
he's
yeah.
actually a snake striking, and when he closes
The
his
skin
mouth,
and the
they kind of
voice pack
fold
seem to be the
backwards.
best part of this.
And when you're
The,
fighting
spell
alongside him,
effects
you
seem
can,
to be
especially when
pretty
you see him
weak.
from the side view,
So.
you can really see those fangs moving, just like nothing else on any other Jormskin has.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's awesome.
It looks absolutely sweet. All right, I gotta get to the voice pack because I've been looking forward to this one.
This is gonna be great.
What other lines do you want to hear?
Too. I don't just do a bunch of them. I don't remember all of them exactly. I know the voice lines, but I don't know which line is which. I forget.
Okay.
I am the chunkiest. I am the chunkiest.
That's a good line.
Yeah, I rock. And you're alright, you think you're cool, we get it. Does your team care that you're feeding? You guys are playing so well.
Just some classic sarcasm there.
Not a joke.
What's not a joke?
Matchmaking, am I right?
Am I right?
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
Solid.
Is my favorite joke.
This is not a joke.
joke.
Is there a backstory to the "this is not a joke"?
I'm not gonna get into that one right now.
Fair enough.
Maybe save that for one of your
man.
after hours shows.
Yeah, figured I'd ask at least. I know that there is a voice line that I don't know if it's going to be playing when the ultimate plays that has something to do with there's a chunker.
Yeah, so
yeah, go ahead.
Kabam really wanted there's a chunker in this bed. I think it was supposed to be for the alt. I don't know if it's in or not, but in New Jersey when we were there last year, we were claiming beds at the house, and we were like going up the stairs, and I got to the top floor, and I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, this is mine. So I yelled, "There's a chunker in this bed!" I jumped on it. And then I cracked his bed frame within the first 3 minutes of getting to New Jersey. And Kabam looks at me. He's like, I don't know if this was the right idea. That's what he was going through his head. It was just super fun.
I have
Funny.
luckily
Oh, man.
never
I
done
have made a grave
anything like
mistake,
that
is
before.
basically what Kabam was
this
thinking.
is
So
a totally
make sure you're on the
unique
listen
story to
out for
Aurora,
the
and
"there's a chunker on my
never
bed"
have done
or on
that.
In this
ever.
bed.
In this bed, yeah.
While you're getting Jorm alted.
Yeah, there's a chunker in this bed.
That's exactly what I need to be hearing. It's going to be awesome. Splice Jormungandr coming as part of the 2019 digital loot pack. But that's not it. We've also got Galaxy Shaper Nox.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that people
Now
were really
that
excited
is a
about
cool
when
skin.
we preview the card art.
Please look even
Definitely a different
10%
take
as
on the
cool as
cosmic
that
theme
card
that we've
art.
done quite a few different
Please.
things for.
Yeah, people have been really wanting us to branch out within that theme and try new things. So, of course, this skin is very representative of that.
That could
very
be the best
unique
card art in the
overall
history of
presentation
Smite.
for just a character in general with a black hole through the center of your body. Very
Yes.
unique, very interesting take on the whole thing.
Oh,
And
look insane.
the effects are
Yes.
beautiful. Shout out to Chris
Because
and
Chris
his team who was
over
just
there.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really awesome effects.
Well, we don't have to just hear about it. Let's take a
Let's look at it.
To war over this speck of dust is a waste of my being.
Yup.
Have you read the new book on anti-gravity? It's impossible to put down.
Now this
Very well.
is a cool skin. This
If
is
it's a lesson
super
in
unique.
power you seek, I shall grant it.
Look at her chest, dude. Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, I'd say it looks awfully
Oh my-
insane.
look at that
Whoa.
auto
All
attack.
throughout.
Now
Look at those
that's
effects
a real
already.
life skin.
Just the- yeah,
That's
when
what
you-
I'm talking
when the
about.
auto attacks
Not some
are this
stupid
good,
pirates
you know
that
you're in
everybody's
for a
done a
treat.
1,000 times
No
in
doubt about
1,000
that.
different
This-
games.
this theme-
Look at that.
So cool. Might be time to break out the Nox
That's
support again.
cool.
Or like it's.
Oh, yeah?
like it's
Ooh,
last
look
We
year.
at
haven't
the
seen that meta in a little
constellation.
while.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see it in mid with Dardos
Oh
because he
my
switched to mid.
gosh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
true.
He's the
that's
most
very
famous
cool.
one.
No doubt about that. Man, the black hole imploding
Yeah.
That's so
as
rad.
your Siphon Darkness is about to
That's
go off.
so rad.
Does the regular Nox skin have an animation that shows that the 2's going to detonate like that, or no?
I believe it does.
Yeah, it's got
That's a
I think it's
scaling
got like
circle.
a smaller
Yeah.
circle on the inside.
That's
but it's
kind of
not-
cool.
That's flashy.
I never
for
even
sure.
realized that, actually.
Oh.
If you ever wanted to be
Constellation
a god
mode.
with constellations all over you,
Mm-hmm.
just get your teammate.
It's a part-time
You got to see that in the Yorm skin.
Oh yeah, that would
Constellation
be
Yorm.
nuts.
Yeah.
You got plenty of room on that one. That's for
Have you
sure.
done the
I love
Yorm
this
Nox
skin.
combo yet? Giant Shadow Snake? I don't know if I've seen that actually.
I've seen it a couple times.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's real good when you ult with the Yorm.
Oh, here we
and
go.
Nox
Oh.
inside it.
Look
Fawn's
at
gonna do it.
The wizard himself. Ooh.
That is cool.
Oh,
wow,
look at
that's
that.
amazing.
Oh.
Can you
Yeah.
alt with the Yorm, or is that just a bot?
It's
we
a
broke his
bot.
animation somehow, though. Look at him. He looks all poor
he's
Yorm.
just,
he's got just like
The way we saw him,
T-posed,
he looks very confused. He's just jittering, vibrating slowly.
Oh, you gotta type fast.
All right.
We're gonna but it can't shoot.
Oh no! What is it?
Okay. Nice try, Paul.
He tried.
Okay, let's fire
he
Nox's
tried his
ult, though.
hardest.
Yeah, let's get the Nox ult in there.
That looks really cool.
Yep.
Wow, that sound
Yep.
effect as well.
Her autos are like mini alts.
Yeah, that is.
I love the
Yes.
spiral effect on the basics, but then the auto
God,
itself has
this
more of a
spell effect's
straight
so good.
path.
I was talking about this on my stream the other night, that the audio effect of abilities is so big for me. Like when I get a skin that has these really meaty, bassy sort of sound effects, I just feel like I'm doing so many more cool things.
And of course, we always try to pay very close attention and make sure that
Is that the last skin?
clarity and gameplay
That might be
feedback
the
is
last
similar
skin.
on skins as it is on base.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's take a listen to the voice back here for this Nox skin.
I've never seen your equal. Unparalleled. Your mind is as empty and vacuous as space itself.
Space itself.
Have you read the new book on anti-gravity?
Oh, we heard this joke already.
It's impossible to put down.
It's a good joke, though.
It is a good joke. You gotta run it
That is a
back.
good joke.
So digital loot pack, you get
Yeah, give us
Nox,
details.
Okay.
Jorm, Hercules, and Arthur.
Yep. 4 skins.
Yes.
And more.
And now we're going to talk about how to get it, right?
Yes,
Yep,
that
four
is
You
skins.
can
exactly
buy
what I'm
it
talking
in
about.
game
Interesting.
1,500 gems.
for the whole pack.
Yep.
And does it come with some other stuff too? Like, yeah, it comes with recalls
comes-
or jumps or wards or
Announcer packs. Yeah, we're
Merlin
3
announcer pack.
announcer packs in there.
Merlin and Horus or
Okay.
and Set maybe. I think there's a couple God announcer packs. It's a
Yep.
it's a big bundle. I can't remember the
value
whole
keeps
list.
getting better.
Wow.
Dang it! I was taking notes before with Isaiah, and I should have taken better notes. I'm sorry,
it's a
Isaiah.
big bundle.
Yes.
1,500.
So that's
gems,
that's
though.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you can also get this if you buy this extra bundle, this DreamHack bundle.
Yes. So if you go to purchase your hi-rez Expo 2019 tickets, which you guys should be doing, hi-rezexpo.com, in order to do that, you can add this bundle to your ticket purchase. Then you will be emailed a code when it releases on October 1st. Then after that, codes will be sent out on a weekly basis for players that purchase that Expo bundle after this update releases. But now by getting this, you also receive a goodie bag filled with swag that you'll receive at the event. So not only do you get a ton of skins and other things, announcer packs that are a great value, you'll get real goodie bags in real life as well once you make it.
Right. This is not part of your DreamHack ticket. It's a separate thing.
Yes.
It's like a DreamHack ticket upgrade. Gets you all of the IRL swag at the convention, as well as includes the digital loot pack.
No doubt. And, of course, a portion of the bundle will go as prizing for Smite esports. So make sure if you want to support the Smite esports scene and to support Aurora, I mean, how could you not? He's the chonker.
Look at that face.
You gotta get in on this digital loot pack value. Again, 1,500 gems in game, or when you can add it on when
how
you're
much
going
will go
on
to
to get your
esports.
tickets at
And I wonder if they'll actually tell us
hi-rezexpo.com.
the
Aurora, thank you very
esports,
much for
like,
joining us and talking
thanks for
about
total this
Splice,
year.
Yorm, and all that good stuff. But we aren't done yet. The Odyssey is starting up very soon, and that includes a kind of cool skin, probably. I think so.
Some really cool skins.
Okay.
Hunter reporting in.
Let's go,
Specimen
baby.
acquired. I don't know why you put such a high price on these things. They barely put up a fight. I'm en route to the drop point for payment and transfer. I want these things off my ship. I don't trust a job this easy. Hunter over and out. Don't keep me waiting.
Welcome back, everybody.
That was a little
That's right. It's
scary.
time to finally reveal the Baron Samedi Tier
That was a
5
little
skin
scary.
as a part of the Odyssey. Again, you guys voted on which god you wanted as a Tier 5, and you picked the right option. I was a Baron voter from the very beginning. In fact, the whole Odyssey Underworld, guys, as we bring it back to Chris joining us now,
T5
replacing
Baron
Aurora
skin.
on the set. Still Tina and AJ joining us. I mean, the Odyssey is the biggest event we do every single year. I mean, this is what I think a lot of
Ymir
Smite
was
fans remember
wrong.
when they think
Ymir
of
has
big
plenty
events
of
in
skins,
Smite.
okay?
Yeah, really what we try to focus on with the Odyssey is our community involvement. And we want everyone to feel really together and all a part of the same team in this awesome game of Smite. So many of the skins in the Odyssey this year have been influenced by community ideas. A couple of them are meme-tastic to the 1000th degree.
Yes.
We're going to get into those later. We always do the community vote, where people can contribute to choosing the final skin.
Yep.
We've been adding more steps to that, letting people give more feedback. That's where that Baron skin came from. Came from the community decided on it. They helped us pick the god and the theme. So really this year we're trying to focus on that as much as possible. The Odyssey takes a little bit of a different thematic turn this year, where we'll be following the story arc of Persephone.
Sure.
So she's in Smite, but we don't really know too much about her.
Yeah.
The launch of the Odyssey is where you're going to get the first story chapter about Persephone and her kind of master plan, and a lot of very interesting things will be coming up.
Okay.
And we'll follow that story through the rest of the Odyssey. It's really awesome. The art that's coming out with that is beautiful as well. I can't wait to share it.
And it seems like the first part of Persephone's plan is pushing a lot of gods into bottomless pits. That's right. Corrupted Arena is coming back, but it's
that's quite true,
Persephone's
actually.
Corrupted Arena right now. I mean, we're bringing it back. AJ, give us a little bit of detail about it.
So this is the big hype gameplay surprise for this update. Corrupted Arena is back.
Yep.
We want to make an announcement that we're going to be looking into bringing back some of our adventure modes. For the rest of this winter and fall, we're going to be bringing back a new adventure mode every update. First is Corrupted Arena, and there's a lot of different changes to it. We'll go over those in a second. But I just want to talk about the overall plan right now. So you're going to get part of the Odyssey is always just to play Smite, and you can earn, you can finish quests to earn Odyssey rewards for free.
Yep.
We're going to be including a lot of the quests. Those Odyssey quests are going to be to play the new adventure modes. So you can play these new modes, and you can earn Odyssey stuff for free, which is really cool. They're also going to have some artistic changes to them and some gameplay changes to them. And I don't want to spoil any of the future events modes that are coming up, but I do just want to go ahead and be honest with the community right now and let it be clear that Racer is not planned to return. We know that there's a very strong community feel for Racer.
Sorry, Smite Cart
however,
people.
not that many people played it.
Sure.
And it does have, our game's not built for racing. There was some core technical issues that caused that game to not quite feel as good as what we like Smite to feel, and some of those issues are very difficult to solve or possibly impossible. So Racer is not planned right away, but of course it could be in the future. And also the RPG dungeons we are not planning to revisit.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to just make people play through the same dungeon. You know, we wanted to be able to give people a unique dungeon experience. That's part of the fun of the dungeons. And that is just a massive undertaking when we're working on the new season and going through HRX and things like that.
The world on your side.
We know that there's a lot of community reactions to wanting a dungeon, and we definitely think that's something we're keeping in mind, and we're looking towards maybe further in the future. But for right now, we're going to bring back 4 adventure modes, I think, throughout this fall and winter, and it will not be Racer or Dungeon.
Yeah, whatever that relic is, it's either
clear and
new
transparent and
or
honesty. I know the community really appreciates that from us. So.
Sure.
That's my spiel. All right, let's talk about this mode.
New
What's
artwork
fun
on
about
Sunder.
it?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
First things first,
like
I'm
Sunder.
seeing a weird looking relic there for Hercules. What's going on with that?
So, you know, in this mode, you try to push people in the death pits, right?
It's a new active.
You have to pick death pit characters.
Yes.
Or do you?
Yes.
So now there is a new relic that is replacing Sunder.
They've replaced it.
And you can pick this up. It's essentially Super Sunder. It's called Cruel Wind.
Okay.
Cue fart joke from Tina.
I know. I was about to say something too.
Way to get out ahead of it. Even
AJ knows me. AJ knows me so much. He's just like
we were like,
looking
should we
at
try
me.
to make a more serious name for this one? We were like, nah, this is pretty funny and perfect anyway, because it's kind of it's a fun mode. You know, it's not super competitive. What this is though is this skill shot relic with a heavy knockback on it.
That's
Okay.
So you don't have to be a knockback
fun,
character
actually.
anymore. You can essentially on her impale people with any god now.
So relic dagger, most bot item in all of Corrupted Arena.
Yeah, Sylvanas, Relic Dagger, really good. Root people, square up against them, and then just relic them off into the pit. It's hilarious.
What's the cooldown on it? Like 90 seconds?
It's
or?
still a relic cooldown.
Okay.
But it's a relatively shorter relic cooldown. So yeah,
Sure.
like in the
I'm down
90
for
second
that
range,
in a
I
silly
think.
game
Yeah.
mode.
And it's a pretty powerful
Silly
knockback
active,
on it.
silly game mode
So
works
that's
for me.
really awesome.
Plus, you also have that bonus round. We saw that in a little bit of the video.
Yes, this mode now features the bonus round.
The bonus
Yes.
rounds are great.
So
which
we
previously
love.
Corrupted Arena
So.
didn't. We added it an Underworld Arena and Inner Demon Arena. If you remember all of these arenas, it's a lot of arenas. But now Corrupted Arena has bonus rounds. So even after the match is over, win or lose, you will do a 5v5 death match with, now there are some pits on the side too, and walls on the other side.
Turn up.
We also changed some of the different pits on the map. There's some new ones by the pillars, by the base.
Yes.
So more chances to push people off cliffs.
Yes, that's
which,
what we like.
You know, is the fun of this mode. What else? It was like, oh yeah, artistic changes across the map. You'll see
Flowers.
Persephone's kind of creepy, spiky
kinda
vines
fun,
and
though.
flowers,
I'm
as
down for
opposed
them
to
to go back and, like,
the
do some of the
older theme, which
adventures.
was
I mean,
Mayan themed.
Sure.
I actually really
It's gonna be a lot of
liked
fun.
the,
Make sure you guys play it a bunch
Capture
with
the
this
Flag one. I think
update.
that was
It's
the very
only
first
sticking
relic.
around
So.
for a month, so make sure you get your games in where you can. All right, it's time to move on to some of the skins as
Oh,
part.
custom modes.
Holy
custom
cow.
mode?
I think we
There's
got
still
gonna have
skins
custom
and
mode for
custom
Custom Arena
what,
as well.
Okay, so you still got a chance to do
Yeah.
it with all your pals.
That's exciting.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
exciting.
Oh, and one more announcement.
Go ahead.
Jormungandr is banned because he can't be pushed.
Yes.
And we think that kind
Oh.
of spoils the fun of the mode.
I agree with that, but then I can't play my Splice Yorm skin. In there.
I know. I'm sorry,
There's
but you can
so
play it on all
many
the other game modes.
skins.
Yeah.
About the
regular-
But I just
Morgan.
want, yeah, those. There's some more details about the mode in patch notes as well. We're not gonna go over
on
everything. But.
skins
Absolutely.
on
All right, I
All
think
right.
I'm finally done. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let's start it off with Death Dragon Anubis. AJ, I thought you'd want to just blow through.
Oh,
all
here
of
we
these
go
again, so we can go
Why are
straight
they
to
so
an
loud?
Anubis skin. He's an evil dragon
they
mage.
so loud
Normally there's
so
a
randomly?
lot more like copy
I
for
know,
these,
right?
but this one it's just like, what else do you need to know, stupid? It's an evil dragon,
Dragon
mage. You
mage.
know?
So this idea has been bouncing around for a long time because of Anubis's cone breath attack.
yeah.
Feels like it would fit a dragon really well, you know. And we've done these couple dragon
has the
skins.
mic
You know,
in
we
her
do
mouth.
one every couple months. Community's been really positive about it. We've done a little heavier melee character, so we wanted to kind of do the other side.
down for
the
dragon movie.
universe. So that's we have
That
a
works
more
for me.
light and agile and mage wizard type of character, but in the dragon universe.
I love it. Let's take a look at Death Dragon Anubis.
Wow, they have so many skins.
Name something more powerful, more fearful than me. Unfortunately for you, the scales are in my favor.
Oh.
Is that fear I see dripping down your face?
He definitely doesn't seem nice. I'll say that much.
No.
The evil part seems to be fitting.
Okay, it always gets
right
so
now
awkward
for-
at
for
the end
Death
when there's
Dragon
just like nothing
Anubis.
else.
I do love his tail. He has a very nice tail.
Yes, he has a tail now. Again.
That's a new feature, new animation, new rigging.
Someone on Reddit's going to be very excited about
Yes.
I love tails.
Yeah, I love Tails. Very happy already. I'm sure already in
Oh,
chat.
yay!
Thank you, Tails.
I'm
Shout outs.
glad.
Shout outs, absolutely. I mean, Chris, when you get told make Anubis a giant evil dragon, I assume that means that you have a lot
That's
of
a cool
leeway
stun.
to go
That's
with
a
a lot
cool
of these
stun.
effects.
Yeah, it's kind of like an open-ended kind of theme, but the artist that did this, Austin, did like an excellent job with these like evil crystals
like
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
really cool.
interesting.
Absolutely. That
Ooh.
cool effect is
That's
sweet.
very
Yeah, he
good.
kind of has some different feeling magic attacks, right? So he's got his basic attack, he's got his crystal root, he's got his bubbly acid, and then the ultimate looks amazing. I'm super stoked with it. Oh, and that
Yeah.
sound, did you hear that laser sound?
Yeah.
Anubis
I
is
like
so
it.
cool, man. Like what he's and it does the burning trail
Ooh.
on the ground as well. That is too sweet.
We've been doing a lot of like different stuff with Anubis. His last skin was,
good.
cartoony and kind of silly, so we wanted something for those Anubis veterans, whoever they are out there,
Whoever
that
they
just
are.
wanted something cool and badass and dark magic that really
Purple's
captures
your favorite
the essence
color?
of
Well,
Anubis
you're
and
gonna
gives it a whole
love
new
this
twist and
skin,
a whole new
Fred. Let me
spin.
tell you.
No doubt about it. All right, let's move on to Chilling Death Odin.
Oh my
this skin
God, more
looks
skins.
amazing. I love this
like
massive
80
frost
skins.
axe. Can I just say that right away? That's like the first thing that jumps off.
Holy.
Also, I do like the fact that he's only got one eye. Gotta
Yep,
stay
the
low.
Odin eye, yeah.
Yeah, I
for
gotta stay
Odin,
low.
even when he's this undead frost guy. Let's take a look at Chilling Death Odin.
You can run,
Wow, that's a cool skin.
fight, but in the end, all will serve my frozen horde. Please say something. I'm terrible at breaking the ice. God, what's wrong with your face? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
You'd think he'd be good at.
I was about to
breaking
say,
ice,
this is a very like
stubs his toe.
World of
breaks the-
Warcraft
Ooh.
skin.
Jams
Are we
his
about to
finger
get
in
a
the door,
little
breaks the ice.
Well, he's got
we
this
about to get a
magical
little,
death ice or whatever, so no, he can't break it.
takedown?
Right? So come on.
Fair enough, yeah. Sorry, guys. A bit of an oversight by me, I suppose.
The axe is
This
huge.
weapon is just absurd.
I know, it's
like
huge.
there's no way anyone could carry this.
No,
thing.
there's no way.
And I'm about it.
It's like 300 pounds.
Easily.
Well, luckily he is a
Or bomb.
Pantheon leading level god,
Yes.
so he looks like he swings it rather effortlessly.
That's cool.
The backswing from
It's
the
not
Odin
the
spear, I
size
know
of
a
the
lot
axe
people
that
say wouldn't
matters.
hurt, by the way.
All right,
try getting
tiny axe
backhanded
man,
by a
whatever you
spear, so
say.
it'll hurt
Yeah.
a lot. But it does look really good with this double-sided axe.
I was gonna say that ability feels great with this weapon.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially that one, yeah, because it just
I
got a
love the
heavier
trail.
hit.
Yep. The effects, that sickly green.
The high contrast between like this deep black and like the
And
bright
that
green is just
green.
amazing. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
Nice.
Man, this
It's
ultimate the
literally
ring of spears.
huge.
Still kind of spears, but like bone spears.
And just a little thing to throw out there,
It's
even though
really
this is not the inside show. I was getting some
It
heat
is
about Odin
comically large.
recently this week, so I thought I'd just refresh my stats a little bit.
Yeah.
Odin is still a top 10 winning god in the game.
What?
Specifically in Joust, Arena, and Clash. Top 10 winningest god in the game. Sometimes even top 5, depending on where I slice it.
You were
Higher
telling me
elo
earlier-
actually gets better.
Yeah, and you were telling me earlier that he's no slouch in Conquest either. It's not like
He's
it's-
definitely gone down a bit in Conquest since our
Sure.
changes, and we know the community feels that. I get the comments a lot,
Okay.
but he is still quite strong.
Yes.
So
He's
just
better
throw
than
that
you
out there, all of you who are like, little concerned about Odin. He is really, really good still.
Yeah, if you thought he
Vaughn's
was bad,
laughing at
Odin
us.
laughs at you. That was perfect timing.
Yeah.
All right, snaky.
Imagine
Chibi
balancing
Medusa,
your
almost-
competitive
Oh my
conquest
goodness, I
game around
love her.
non-conquest games.
She's got a bunch of chibi friends right next to her. I see
Just
Thoth. I see
imagine.
Giannis. I don't know who that is in the background.
That's AMC.
Oh, that is
Oh, yeah,
AMC.
AMC.
Okay.
Raggy
He looks a
back
little
there.
more
Raggy.
human than he does buggy from
Yeah.
this distance, but
Oh.
he is
It's perspective.
he is that's definitely a Muzan Cobb chibi.
All right, you got all your chibi friends right next to you, but this
the
one,
snakes,
the
the happy
focus,
snakes.
of course,
The
is the
happy snakes.
and Medusa. Let's take a look at Snaky
There's
Chibi.
that jealous two-timing wannabe god Athena. I'll show her what revenge feels like. I see you're trying to get me
Those
to
schnecks.
look at my own reflection. That's not gonna work. I picked up a hobby making cheese. It's called Gorgonzola.
Walked into that one.
Stupid.
You good, AJ?
Okay.
You good?
That would only hurt my soul a little bit.
Guys, there's.
Ouch,
I love this skin, but there's an immediate problem, and I need someone to address it. She's real cute, and I want to look at her. But if I look at her, I'm gonna get turned to stone.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no
Hard decisions.
counterplay potential here.
I know, right?
Oh man, it's
OP.
just
And she's got so many expressions, so you want to look at her.
I want to look. I
Yep.
want to see what she's got going on. Is she mad right
teammates
now?
beware while checking out the features of the skin. Just
Yep.
that alt warm up, would
Yeah.
give you enough time to turn away. Just
I hope so.
I'm just gonna rely on
She is
that.
teeny
All right,
Big
tiny.
effects and audio.
When she moves, is she farting all the time?
She is.
Is that what those little
It's
poofs
just
are?
oh, guys, I mean,
Oh, now every time I play her, I'm like fart, fart,
Tina,
fart,
no.
fart, 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 fart.
I
It's
really
just
believe that you're gonna
little
do that, by the way.
fun dark magic trails.
Oh, that's
Fun?
I love that. The
Super
little
obvious,
Fun
too.
dark
squiggles
magic
coming
trail
in and that
sounds
kinda
more like a
stuff.
fart than
Chris,
Tina
how
saying
different
fart
is
did.
it working on these chibi skins in comparison to some of our more serious ones?
It's very different. and Some people excel more than others at it. The artist that worked on this, Travis, did an excellent job, though, I think. This looks really great.
No doubt. No doubt about it. We can get our final statue. That looks
Nice
amazing.
statue.
All right. It's time for one that you guys have been asking for a long time. Some more than others. Crime Boss Kuzenbo. My man, Kuzenbo.
Shut up, man, bro. Shut up. It's my show. It's my show. Give me the script. Yeah, that's what I thought, kid. Kuzenbo, that's me. What's good? It's me, F. Dot, and that's my Kuzenbo skin.
All right then.
That's yours. You own it now?
That's me. I own it. I made it. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Hey, man,
Yo,
what's
Tom,
up?
is it okay if we listen to the voice pack real quick and take a look at it?
No.
I mean, you run the show, so.
You know what?
He
Fine.
does. He
Pun,
does. He
pun.
doesn't have a gun. He has guns.
Let it rip, man.
Gun.
You know, I never do anything for free. You're gonna owe me big time after this, you hear, pal?
That's actually me.
Hey, I finally got a gun. Took him long enough. Now, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Well, what's it going to be, Tom? Is it the easy way or the hard way?
It's either my way or the highway.
This is a long time community joke.
Money.
If you haven't been around for quite as long, Tom, it didn't start with Kuzenbo.
No, it started. I am a I can't say that word, but Tina can. I am a poop poster extraordinaire, and I live in the underground bowels of the internet. And so Reddit is one of my favorite spots. And I had said, and honestly, you know, if I'm very, very honest, there was a thread where the community was complaining about Kepri years ago, saying, "Oh, he should be buffed," blah blah blah. And I just got in there, my sardonic piece of garbage, and I said, "We should just give Kepri a gun."
Good buff suggestion.
Everybody loved it
Good
for
buff
some reason,
suggestion.
and because Kuzenbo is Kuzenbo, he naturally becomes the center of every joke.
Right.
And
Is that how it happened?
I mean, look at him.
How did it happen that Kuzenbo stole get get Kuzenbo a gun.
Dead serious? People just think Kuzenbo is funny.
So it was a popular Smite meme, and
Kuzenbo
then the
is a
meme
troll.
god
Yes.
who absorbed memes from other characters.
Yes, pulled them in with his
so
meme strength.
through
He's
the transitive
meme
property
gray.
of memes.
He's meme gray.
Oh,
I'm gonna say,
my
did anybody,
God.
Yeah, no, I got it.
somebody let
Jean
Tina
Grey,
laugh.
meme
too.
gray.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah, great work.
Ah,
This animation
There we go.
unbelievably
Look
cool.
at that.
My man, dude, I'm gonna blink into a Gold Fury fight and just do this. And I'm not gonna hit a single person, but I'm gonna feel really cool.
I'm gonna show up and be like, I'm gonna give you to the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Merry Christmas, you
Yes.
filthy
Merry
animals.
There it is.
Oh,
It's
God.
perfect.
That's actually
My
a great
only regret
ult, though.
is that you can't do that spin in slow motion in Ola Run ult because you're CC immune. That's my
man.
only regret.
All right, we just take
Yeah.
CC immunity off it.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
It's a
it.
Nerf
nerf
Kuzenbo.
buff, you know?
We
Yeah.
couldn't
Worth
have
it.
done this skin without you, F. And without you, the Smite community overwhelmingly reposting this idea to our faces. Sometimes in a
that's
way
a great
that was
skin.
painful, but another times fun.
That's Smite.
I know,
There
right?
it is.
Yeah.
There you
But
have it. Crime boss Kuzenbo.
The whole
Mostly
theme works out
painful,
really well
sometimes
for him
fun.
anyway.
It's
The way
fine.
he's a bully, you know,
didn't
pushes
listen to his
people
voice pack.
around.
It does.
We had a little preview.
Yep.
You'll be able to.
Oh, yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
be
we
able to
heard
do
some
it
of the
well.
voice
Yeah.
back. We
It
saw
kinda
people-
sounded
Full
like this.
damage
The
Kuzenbo
minions
games
are really funny.
coming
They've
your
got their
way.
own little henchman get up.
And they have
He's
their
like,
own
say hello
voices.
to my little friend.
The basic
Yeah.
attacks were sparking money everywhere. As he
It's
punched
really
people
good.
like
Money.
chunks of money were
I will
flying out.
say he also farts money. If
does?
you pay close attention.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
Kuzenbo
wow.
does the
Yeah.
fart.
Tina will be on the lookout for that one.
He farts money? We have so many
farts
farting
So
skins.
the skins we just looked at will all be the individually purchasable Odyssey skins, right?
Okay.
Is that true?
I think we have one more, right? We got one
Well,
more.
the next one
The
is
next
a
one is
reward
not.
skin.
It's a reward.
That's why I wanted to talk
Holy.
about it.
Oh, yeah. So
So
go
these
ahead.
are the
Yeah.
ones. Those four we just looked at. You'll be able to
Another
acquire
shit.
direct
Yeah.
through the Odyssey, and you'll be able to earn points towards the rewards.
Sure. My
They won't all
goodness.
release at the same time. They'll release over time throughout the update. So keep an eye out for the Odyssey
Okay.
releases individually, or together at duo. I'm sorry. 1 week per skin.
1 week per skin.
Yeah, it's been.
It depends on. It depends. Sometimes there's two.
Yes,
sometimes there's
and they
one.
will. And Odyssey skins will be on sale during their first week. So if you
Yes,
want these skins,
you
get them
want
right
them
away
on the first week.
because they're going to
Yeah,
get you
indeed,
towards these
right.
amazing rewards. The first reward skin we're going to show is another long time community requested meme.
Be
We went
THANATOAST.
above and
Be
beyond on it,
THANATOAST.
and this skin is one of the lower tier rewards. So you actually will be able to earn it completely for free.
Be THANATOAST.
If you and by low tier I mean
Come
easy
on.
to acquire.
Yes.
So you only have to buy a few items
Come on.
or do a
Do
few
quests.
quests. You can do it all for
8
free.
years
Pretty sure
waiting
you can
for
do all
THANATOAST.
So
quests
although
to
it's
get
a relatively easy reward to reward, it is certainly not a low tier skin. It is amazing.
It's amazing.
So
Yes.
let's take a look at THANATOAST.
Oh my
THANATOAST.
God, we're finally getting it.
You
We're
guys.
finally getting it.
And for that reason, I'm out. Tom,
Thank you, F. Tom.
immediately leaves
After
the
all
set.
these
look at
years,
Ratatosker.
we're finally
He's,
getting THANATOAST.
Look, he's literally. Just take a look. I can't say.
Holy.
He's adorable.
Awaits. Don't look into the deadlights. Let me release you from your pain.
So he uses all of Thanatos' original voice lines,
man.
but with his new silly, cute, chibi toast voice.
Okay.
So he's
Oh,
really,
it's
really
so
edgy
good.
and all about killing you in death, while he
great.
rushes at you with this happy toast face.
Big Derpules vibe. Oh, my God.
And he has a VXG where he turns into a giant chibi toast.
I'm gonna be so salty getting killed by a giant piece of toast because they're gonna blink like the toast, and I'm gonna be immediately sad about it.
What is that?
You got the butter effects on the death side.
So
Look
good.
at the little
That's so
Angry
scary.
toast mark on you.
That's literally so scary. It's
We
gonna
really
come at
messed
you and it's
around
gonna
and did it,
scythe
huh,
you.
fellas? I mean, this
Yeah.
is-
Yes, there was a really deep debate
Yeah,
about
we
how
really-
much toast he should be
Yes.
and how
Toast.
much Thana he should
Toast.
be. I hope that the community is happy with
Oh.
the medium we arrived at. I'm really stoked about it.
Oh,
Then he becomes a giant heavy toast death. And dunk toast.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just the toast like descending down without anything else. It just smoothly, so perfectly.
That's
Wait, does it like
that's
flat?
so
Does
terrifying.
It fall flat?
No, it just
Watch.
translates like at an angle.
That's literally
I need to see this.
terrifying.
Okay, what's happening?
Look, slow motioning it.
Oh.
That is even funnier to me
God.
than like having this insane.
I think you went a little too slow.
720 flip
Okay,
animation
we are
or something
here.
like that.
Oh man.
This is hilarious.
Oh,
slow motion
fine,
broke it.
stop.
broke.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Slow motion doesn't work with everything in the game except Oleron's alt.
Yes.
Oleron's alt works, but
Oh,
not the
man.
dev
He
cheat slow
literally
motion can
just
break things.
becomes
What in
a
the
giant.
I'm honestly tired from laughing. I can feel it in my chest.
Oh my goodness. The
Oh,
splash
God.
of butter when
Now
it hits
that's
the
Oh, I didn't
ground.
see the butter. Do it
Shout
again.
outs to Chris Miller and the tech art team for going above and beyond on making sure THANATOAST's toasty bits all lined up well with his.
That's too
Yeah,
good.
is this,
Toasty
is this the
bits.
effects
Oh,
art
what's
you dreamed
happening?
of working on, Chris? Buttery
Effects
toast.
team.
Oh God,
It's
Pompon.
different of Chris Miller, but
Is
yeah.
it gonna be blinking toast?
This is a dream come true. This is brilliant.
blink toast.
Oh my
That's
God.
gonna be me.
That's
And
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
terrifying.
go,
You're gonna be in
guess
your
I
lane,
was
minding
the-
your own
the
business,
meat
and
of
a
this
giant
sandwich.
piece
You
of
know,
toast
you
is
get-
gonna
you get
blink
buttered
into
up.
you.
And I love just how he has some key signature features of THANATOS's armor, but they're replaced with happy or angry toast bits.
Yes.
He's got a little
Oh,
oven, little
man.
toaster in his chest.
He does.
You know, so he
And-
can
I
keep
love
himself
it.
nice and warm and toasty.
Look, I gotta say.
And a toast on his crotch.
Okay.
It's his belt.
For-
buckle,
Oh wait,
you know?
actually, the toast on his crotch has a sad face.
Yeah, it's
It's a
angry.
belt-
It's
His
like
belt
angry.
buckle toast is angry.
Yeah, belt buckle.
Are you sure it's belt buckle?
No, it's a belt buckle.
Do you want to do a?
How
you wanna
else would
bet?
his fantasy
You wanna
flaps
bet?
stay attached to his hips if he didn't have a belt?
Yeah, needs that belt.
I don't know. It's magical.
Animation is too funny, man.
Oh, let's just hear a few more voice lines, please. I know we don't want to go over too long, but
Attack. Defend. You're killing it. I'm the best around. Wonderful.
so like I
You
said,
can see
all of
me
your favorite
naming
voice
the
lines
Thanos
from
skin. I
classic
could, yeah, I
THANATOS, but with
Beta
a
mid
chibi,
main coming your
silly
way, dude.
tone.
A beautiful pitch.
I just want to walk up like
Yeah.
that's the
Love it.
that,
All
that's
right.
all that matters.
That
in this
brings
kid.
us-
It's literally walking at them as a piece
That
of toast.
brings us
That's
to
it.
Stellar Demise Baron
Yes.
Somni.
Holy cow, there's
Tier
more
5
skin.
reward
There's your final form.
Oh,
for
this
the
is
Odyssey.
T5.
This is indeed his final form. But
Wow.
of course, as with all of our tier 5s, there's a bunch of forms that you've got to get through in order to get there.
My
We'll go
goodness.
over all that very shortly, but first, let's take a listen to the voice pack.
Specimen acquired. Returning to drop point for payment and transfer. I don't like the look of this thing one bit, so you better be on time. Get out of here. You don't know what I've become.
They don't fear you yet. To die by my hand is an honor. Accept it with grace.
Oh my god.
That
Okay, that was creepy.
is sick.
Oh,
I'm all about it.
we've just been delivered the official THANATOASTer.
Dustin, this is still warm, and that's concerning to
Oh
me.
gosh,
I don't know
they
how
were
I
probably
feel.
just cooking up some fresh THANATOAST.
It
Yeah,
sure
were they
was.
just cooking up
But
some-
let's talk about
My
Baron for a
goodness.
little
Yeah,
bit
yeah, of
first.
course.
So, this is the result of the community vote.
Okay.
It's a sci-fi themed bounty hunter, Baron Somni. He starts out as kind of this cold, calculating, top of the line, exclusive bounty hunter. He ventures across the universe, capturing any type of alien species, which pays for the, the highest bidder, whatever they want him to go do.
Yeah. My man gets the job done.
And he goes on a seemingly routine mission to capture this strange, symbiotic, parasitic alien creature, which he believes he
Routine.
has successfully captured, but it escapes.
Oh, no.
Routine.
You can even see in this base form at his backpack there, you can see it starting to escape out of its containment chamber.
Okay.
Baron is unaware of what is happening.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Just
you know?
look behind you, the rearview mirror, bud.
So
Oh no.
we have a whole new set of animation and major
that is
rigging
cool.
changes to him. His
Okay.
recall, all of his death animations, his ultimate animation has this
That's cool.
capture pod
That's
type of
sweet.
thing.
That's cool.
It's cool.
He also has a little pet drone that follows him around. That's a completely new feature
Well, you need one of
Yes, he
those.
does.
that we've added to him. It's purely
Captions.
cosmetic, just for
Yeah.
fun. But we're just always looking for ways to amp up the tier 5.
Absolutely.
The effects have
cool
this kind of
skit so far.
spacey electromagnetic feel. He uses the drone to signify the root effect when he attaches his thing.
You'll see it like float
Enemies.
around him. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see the drone effect attached to enemies when they are afflicted
cool.
by Baron's hysteria.
Yep.
All right.
Oh
That's
man,
perfect.
so much stuff going on in this one.
And that's only base form 1.
Yeah,
you can
that's
see
form 1.
Could we
This-
see him from the front, please?
Yeah,
Yeah, can we do a
absolutely.
quick camera pan there?
Camera pan.
This only lasts until you hit level 7. It looks like.
So it looks like there's
So
three
this is a
forms.
3-stage skin
I'm
based
genius.
on level up.
Okay.
And with the ability to special emote to change stages when you reach level 20.
You give them their little drones.
They're little skill
Oh,
drones.
that's nice.
So I really like how the art team kind of just have the little nods to Baron's true lore self with some of the skulls, but he's such
Let me
a
see
different
level
character
7.
still.
Oh, no doubt.
Really cool.
Let me see level 7.
Containment chamber, very
Level
different
7.
than the regular coffin.
Mm-hmm.
So now, once you hit level 7 or above, you'll move to form number 2, and things are not going quite as well for our lovable main character.
No, so this one he has been afflicted by the alien. It's taking over his body. There's really nothing he can do. It's a really interesting psychological horror type of experiment going on here. We wrote the voice pack. He's partially just hopeless and giving up on life and depressed, but he's also on the other side starting to embrace his new power a little bit. And this is a dual voice pack. Throughout the voice pack, Baron the hunter speaks, but there's a new voice of the alien that kind of taunts him. And,
Ymir died for this.
speaks
Ymir didn't die for
alongside
this.
him
Ymir
throughout
has
the
plenty
voice
of
lines.
skins.
And I like how the
He's
effects, you
fine.
can see them starting to become like red and like
He's
shake
fine.
Yeah.
and not really work, as if like his technology's failing as he becomes corrupted.
Yeah,
it's
Pretty
like really cool.
Yeah, it was all this pure blue in the base form. Now you're starting to see the little tinges of
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some alien bits taking over his capture pod.
Man, that energy, the energy like reaching out, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
Mostly because it looks like lightning, and that's why I like it. But.
I really like how the animation and rigging team went above and beyond to add this extra appendages to him that are moving around, making him get completely different
like it.
silhouette from the
I
other
think it's
forms,
cool.
making sure he feels different, making sure you actually feel this transformation along with this Baron.
It's different. It's sci-fi.
Definitely could feel
That's
that
cool.
it's not going quite as well. And then once you hit, that would mean what? Level 14 is when you transform into final form. When
I
do
should
you,
have written down the levels. I can't remember because it's okay. It's 7
Well,
and
it's at
14.
least 15. So
Yeah, it's at least 15.
Because we had 3 forms, and so we had to do a different level up
thank you,
times
sir.
for the 4 forms. But
That's creepy.
That's cool.
Oh,
dude,
that back
his
animation
recall.
is
So cool.
creepy.
So then you finally become this like all-powerful alien creature that kind of thinks of itself almost as powerful as if it were a god of death. Which
Okay.
is just a cool tie-in with Baron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this alien is just a cold, calculating killer that is just out to just extinguish whole planets worth of species.
Oh, that was cool.
That is sweet.
And no part of our human Baron friend remains anymore. This is completely taken over the character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same guy we started with. That's
Could
for
we
sure.
please
My
see him from the
goodness.
front too?
Yeah, let's take a look at this one
Do
from.
we have to? He
from the
seems too
front.
scary. Too scary.
Detach it.
I was
That-
right.
Whoa.
Too scary.
Awesome.
That is sweet.
He's
Oh,
just
look
got
at
a
his
lot
arm
of
and
crazy
stuff. It's
detail
like
on his
bubbling.
skin
Yeah, that
and
is a
armor.
ton
Oh,
of
look at his
detail.
He's got a
face.
bunch of eyes and fangs.
Oh.
He's got his crazy transforming hand along with his
Whoa,
claw
he's got
hand.
like a. Oh my goodness.
That's sick.
So I mean,
That's
Chris, for
creepy.
your side, I mean,
Tentacle
is this?
hands.
Do you basically treat these as 3 totally separate skins? Do you work on them together? Like, because all the effects are so different.
Yeah, it's generally, we kind of treat it as 3 different skins. We'll just kind of try to take like one and base it off the others and kind of upgrade it as we go along through the
yeah,
stages.
on top of
In
it,
this
too.
particular case, we had like 2 different artists that work on it.
Okay.
Different stages. We had one artist that worked on the base in the final form, and the other artist that took those and kind of combined them into
That's cool
the
skin.
in between stage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Gotta work from the ends. That makes a lot of
Tier
sense.
5s almost get treated like a new god
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
level of tech and artistic direction that go into them.
I believe it.
As you can see, the ultimate now,
good.
and this one is actually a giant alien mouth beast as opposed to any sort of mechanical creature. It's all purely organic. And his
Purely
deployables that
organic.
fire his ability 1 are like these little mini aliens that travel alongside him.
Yeah. Now we can get a look at this.
Oh,
I don't want to be in that. I don't-
No.
You don't want to
alright.
get pulled into the
No.
giant teethy mouth coffin.
Look, here's the
No,
deal.
no, no,
Before,
no.
when I was like a support, my carry was
No.
getting pulled. I'd jump on that coffin. You know, it's the right thing to do.
That
for the
is
team.
what you gotta do.
Now,
so
I'm
much.
not so sure. That is nasty,
Not so
man.
much.
I don't want any of
I'm
that.
all right.
And I believe we're still
Use your
tweaking this so
use
that
your
the
beads.
drone.
Use your beads.
drone, are we
You're
gonna
gonna
turn
be
the drone
good.
into the
You're
alien?
good.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still working on that. That's the pet
The
tech.
drone's gonna
Sure.
be
It's very
alien.
new tech.
There's
for
an
this
alien
character,
on
so-
that guy. Is it gonna be like
yeah,
that
it's
guy?
gonna be that little alien is gonna be what's following him around.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's a story of great loyalty to this normal-looking drone to stick with your boy after he's gone. Through
You can
some
see the
tough
aliens when he
times.
fires the 1 too. The aliens
Yes.
summon in, and they look really cool.
That's awesome. Again, and once you hit level 20, you can use your VXG to cycle through your forms, get to your favorite one. And if you don't want, if you're sick of killing people with the demon form, you can kind of go, or the biotic demon, whatever you want to call this guy
There you
form.
go.
Thanatos
beat the tier 5.
To your regular
I mean, they're
bounty
very
hunter.
different. It's obviously a
creeps me
very
out
like
most.
serious
you want to
skin,
freak
but
people out. That's the one to play.
if I only could have
ultimate-
this skin
the final one,
or the
beast
or
one
the
looks really cool,
Thanatos
and
skin,
it's just kind of an organic versus mechanical, which is just a really cool way to do sci-fi in general. It's
catch
kind
your
of
boy
something we
flying
haven't
through
explored
the
yet
air
in
as a
sci-fi
piece of
themes,
toast.
Or why not both?
What can I say?
Exactly. And this kind of corruption,
What can I say?
like, or more of the sci-fi transformation into a crazy alien creature is something
Yeah.
that I feel like we've gotten pitched from the community like every tier 5 contest.
Yep.
This is a top contender, so I'm really glad we finally were able to make it happen.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a little bit different for you guys, so you don't have to wait quite as long to get your hands on this tier 5.
This is very hype news because, I mean, you might be asking yourselves, they're showing this really early.
Yeah.
The Odyssey is just kicking off, and we're showing you the completed tier 5.
Yes.
That's because you'll be able to play this completed tier 5 on day 1 of the Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a new feature in the Odyssey. You'll be able to navigate to a button that says Buy All, and
Okay.
it will let you essentially pre-order the entire Odyssey. It'll be the same price as if you bought all the items individually. You will get access to the Tier 5 immediately, and you will get the new skins as they release. There's a new UI screen that will show you your pre-orders, so you can see all the skins that you're going to have coming up that are going to be released to you.
Skins.
And if you use this option, you'll be able to play Baron right away, and every time the game updates, your new skins will just be delivered to you right on update.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's like a meal delivery service, but for 6 Smite skins.
And you will even get them earlier than other players because we release them on a weekly basis when you buy them direct from the event. But if you pre-order the whole thing, you'll get all of the skins from each update.
What did
on
you
day
say,
1 of
EA?
that update.
I can't hear you.
So some of them that don't release
Is
until
this
week
a fun
4.
mechanic? Does
You'll
it
get
add
right away.
depth to the
That's
game?
gonna be awesome.
As well as
interesting.
access
That's
to all of
interesting.
you will get, of
Okay.
course,
That was
all
weird.
of the other
That was
rewards
weird.
you would get for getting the items individually or doing the quests. You'll get all of those rewards. The tier 5 being the final reward.
That's a
It's
new.
gonna be
That's
great
a
time.
new.
Make sure you stay tuned for all of our
a new
PTS updates. And that kind of stuff.
interesting way
At
to
Smite
do
Game on
this.
Twitter. You can get the tier 5
Pre-ordering
Baron skin very
skins.
soon, as well as Thanatoast, like we have right here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you stick around. Esports Weekly coming up right on the other side. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Nothing like pre-ordering your microtransactions. Well, that was a weird, uncomfortable end to the stream. Balance changes were definitely like tinier than obviously the skins. I would say like balance changes were like this big maybe, and skin changes were like that big. And then pre-ordering skins is like the tiniest penis. So skins some of them were cool, some of them weren't cool. New Heartseeker is gonna be insane on some characters, aka Woojer. You know, nothing like giving him an additional 18% damage on his ability combo. So if you weren't getting one shot by Woojer beforehand, luckily you are now.